Early on July 29, 2007, Richard Messina and his long-term girlfriend Sandra Kova were brutally murdered as they slept in their South Euclid home. The house had been ransacked and Richard's beloved Corvette and his truck were missing. Police quickly learned that Richard's 18-year-old daughter Tabitha and her friend's boyfriend Carlos Christopher had skipped town. The following day, local law enforcement arrested Tabitha and Carlos in the stolen truck nearly 500 miles away in North Carolina. After being extradited back to Ohio, Tabitha tells police Carlos killed her father and Sandra in a frenzied attack. Investigators bring Carlos in to hear his side of the story.
I'm Detective Volek. My partner, Detective Mike DeMario.
How you doing?
I have to read you your rights. You read and speak the English language?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to read this portion to you, ask you to read this, and then sign here, okay? Before you ask any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Anything you say can be used against you in court. Do you understand that?
Sure.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you ask any questions and to have him with you during questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. Do you understand that?
Sure.
If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about any of these rights that I've just read to you?
No.
Okay, if you would read that out loud for me and then sign here. Keep in mind, I have not asked you any questions. I'm not asking you to give up your rights. You're free to exercise those. Your signature merely states that you've been advised of your rights and you understand them.
Sure. I have read the statement of my rights, and I understand that my rights are. I understand that I know that I am doing what I'm doing. No promise or threats have been made to me, and no pressure or
Coercion
of any kind have been used against me.
Okay. Any questions about that? Sir. Carlos, you want to talk to me about what happened?
Just
And obviously you know why you're here.
yeah, and I did.
In the car, remember in the car in North Carolina? And I read you the warrant. What did it say? Why were you being arrested?
The murder,
Murder of who?
Timothy for his father.
And
This is mother.
his girlfriend? Tabitha's father's girlfriend? Okay. So you know why you're here?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I saw a warrant paper.
Okay.
So why are you driving the dead man's car?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know? Just get in there by accident? So why'd you kill him? You don't know? You don't know why you killed him? Just did it by accident? You wanted to kill him. You didn't kill him by accident, you didn't want to kill him.
Did you kill him because he kicked your ass a couple hours earlier?
No.
You didn't kill him because he kicked your ass a couple hours earlier?
I mean, he's a pretty big man. It'd be pretty embarrassing to have a big fat guy like that whoop you.
That's true. Well, I mean, let's face it. I mean, yeah, Messina was a bigger guy, but he had a quadruple bypass, diabetic, on oxygen, he's fat. I mean, I'd be pretty embarrassed if a guy like that kicked my ass.
I heard you never met my father, have you?
I haven't.
Why, did he kick your ass?
My father?
Yeah.
When I was a kid. Never seen your name. Yeah. But my father did it for a reason.
Because you got out of line?
Nah, my father, see where I come from, you know, you 90% of the kids die before they turn 18.
Where do you come from?
I'm from Brazil.
What village? What province? What village?
I come from Rio.
Rio.
Rio, between Rio and São Paulo. Ever heard of City of God?
Yeah.
The land of the dead?
How old were you when you came here?
I came here when I was 8, but I bounced back and forth because of my father and mother.
Your mother lived in Ohio?
My adopted mother adopted me, but my father didn't, you know what I'm saying? My mom promised my father that would come. And then I ran away from my mother for 1 year.
You ran away from your mother in Ohio?
Your stepmother?
Because I didn't like America.
Your adopted mother?
When did you do that?
When I was 8.
So when you were 8, you ran away from your adopted mother here?
Yeah, when I came here on my 8th birthday. And then during the summer, every summer I come back to Brazil.
Every summer?
Every summer. Because my mom wanted me to go to school in America.
Your real mom?
No, my real mom, she was killed by a cop. My real mom. So I came here, I came here during the summer. Well, I came to Brazil during the summer and I never came back until like 12, 13. And during those years, you know, that's when shit just got rough.
What do you mean?
Like in Brazil, you know what I'm saying, I didn't realize what I was getting myself into, you know. I seen I seen my younger brother die, and I seen my father get killed. You know what I'm saying.
What kind of shit did you get into down there?
My father, you know what I'm saying, worked for, he did drug transports, you know what I'm saying, major drug transport from the border of Colombia, you know what I'm saying, Cuba, Brazil.
Is that how he got killed?
He got killed by police because he was just walking at nighttime on himself. In Brazil, you can't walk by yourself in nighttime. Cops think you're doing something to kill you. And then, you know what I'm saying, my mother got killed just because she was getting raped, and cops raped her and killed her.
You realize we're not like the cops there, right?
Yeah, but you know, you gotta realize that I can, you know what I'm saying?
As long as you realize we're not like the cops there, Carlos.
So basically, Messina didn't know what he was getting into when he decided to mess with you?
Nah, he knew it. I knew him. I didn't know.
What
I
happened
didn't know
that
people at night over there, dude, you know?
What happened when you went over the house that night?
Well, the first time, I'll say that part. The first time I went over there to get a pack of cigarettes, and I wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? Because my cousin lives out in South Euclid.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Close to, I went around to go to 7-Eleven. You know what I'm talking about? 7-Eleven in the corner. I went over there to 7-Eleven in the corner. And Miss Messina, I saw his mother, her girlfriend, and we talked. She was asking me about Tabitha, where she was. At that time, I didn't know.
What time was that about?
I don't know, maybe 9.
Was that before the fireworks?
Was that before he...
Like 10 minutes after the fireworks.
After the fireworks.
Yeah. And then he comes running out and he swings, hit me once, and I backed up.
Where was this at?
We're on you know the hill to his house?
Okay, so you were around his house?
I was walking up the hill.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was about to go down Green, so I could go to my people's house there to get some money. No, past there.
Okay.
It's a little bit like close to here.
On Green? Whose house is that now?
That's my other cousin. You know Felix? Felix Rodriguez?
Felix Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's not his house, but it's his girl's house.
You cousins?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But not by blood from my parents.
Oh, not by blood.
By marriage. So we were about to go. I was about to get there to get some money. You know.
I thought Felix lived out in.
He does.
Okay.
This is his girlfriend's house.
Okay.
He was there at that time. No, he wasn't there because he was in jail. But you know, I get some money off of her and then pay her back later. I was going there, so his father comes running across here, you know what I'm saying? You do this, you know what I'm saying? The whole time then, you know what I'm saying? Getting caught. He doesn't really suspect me because I ain't black, you know? And so he hit me once, and I back up, and I started smiling. And, you know what I'm saying? She was saying the whole time, stop it, you know? And I was going to swing back because I already knew I already knew what the deal was, you know what I'm saying? So I looked at him just like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I told him, if I find Tabitha, I'll tell you you looking for. You know what I'm saying? And
Where'd he hit you?
like, right. You know, just, he basically
You
was,
already got that bruise there?
what?
You got a little bit of a bruise there.
Oh, I've been sleeping all day too. So.
Oh, okay.
It's, I mean, you know what I'm saying? That didn't piss me off. You know what I'm saying? I've been hit before. It takes a lot to really piss me off. I mean, you go after you really grab me, whoop my ass to get me to swing back at you, you know? And just because, you know what I'm saying, I respect my man, you know what I'm saying? He was looking for his daughter, you know? I can understand.
Then what happened?
You know, I went back. I decided to go to Junior's house again, you know, tell Junior what happened. And then, I told Junior what happened. I told Junior that, you know what I'm saying, we see Tabitha, tell her father's out there, her father's pissed. And, then finally I saw Tammy, you know, and, I told Tabitha that if I was looking for her, there's a cop. Okay.
Where'd you see Tabitha at?
Joel walked in towards the Walgreens.
Who was she with?
Tammy, Payback.
Just the two of them?
Yeah, Jason was, at that time I was supposed to take Jason home. So, I didn't because.
Did you have a car?
No, I had my cousin's car at the time. No,
Oh.
I had my cousin's car, but he wanted it back. So, you know, I told him, saying, at that time we all got Stonehaven, all 5 of us. We were all there talking about it. Then 2 cops came, asked their questions. You know, I wasn't pissed. You know,
What'd the cops tell you?
but, you know, the cops just told me. First there was a big black woman. You know, said you know that she just wanted to figure out what happened. I guess it was a problem deal. You know what I'm saying? And I guess they called the cops or someone called the cops and they wanted to know what happened. I told them everything. You know what I'm saying? I told them what happened, and they just said, okay, just don't, you know what I'm saying, just don't go back there. So we went to my people's house.
You smoked menthol or what?
Yeah. And after that, you know what I'm saying? So after that, me and June, we all went to Junior's house, played some pool. You know, Junior had a professional pool table in the basement.
How long did you stay at Junior's?
About an hour, you know, because Sonny and Hank. I get along with Sonny, his father. I don't get along with his stepmother. So I try not to stay there. When my mom comes home from work, I try not to stay there as long because I know she starts drinking and they start talking. Then me and her get into it. You know what I'm saying? I knew Junior for years, so you know, I know how his mother is, so like I know exactly how long to stay there when she gets home. So I stayed there probably like 20 extra minutes, and then I see her mom start drinking, and I told everybody we gotta go. You know,
What time was that?
probably about maybe 10:30.
10 at night?
Maybe, you know, I don't have a watch, so I'm guessing by the time.
How long was it after the fireworks?
Maybe an hour.
Then what happened?
And when we left, you know what I'm saying, we went up by Warrensville, all the way by Cedar. Because we were going to walk to my place. You know what I'm
You're gonna walk to your place?
Yeah.
Where's your place at?
Harvard.
Harvard?
Harvard and Warrensville.
Harvard and Warrensville?
You know those brick apartments? They're called Brick City in the streets?
Mm-hmm.
I stayed there with some friends.
You stay there with some friends?
Yeah. I don't live with my mom anymore.
We're on Harvard.
It's right at Harvard and Warrensville. It's out in Warrensville, but it's considered Harvard. It's, you know what I'm saying?
There's a bunch of condos there.
Yeah, it looks like a whole bunch of really, really nice projects. You know.
At Clarkwood?
Yeah.
That it?
I think that's where we were then.
Right.
You know,
You guys were gonna walk there?
I walk there often. You know what I'm saying? When I miss a bus, from Junior's house. It's only like 6 miles.
How long did it take you to walk that?
About an hour and a half, 2, depends how you walk.
So you guys all got there that night?
Yeah. I mean, find my, I call him, and I say, I use Tammy's got to leave, so I used his, her phone before she went.
How did Tammy leave?
Tammy, when the cops came, I guess the cops went to Tammy's mom's house first, you know, because they thought Tammy thought at her house, and her mom came pick her up minutes after the cops came. You know.
So who all walked with you then?
Jason, Tabitha, me, Junior, Jamal, Samuel.
Junior didn't go in the house and go to bed?
He turned around at the college. Jack Hero.
Who are Jamal and Samuel?
Jamal and Samuel is my Brazilian buddies.
They lived out at that apartment?
They have last names?
Is Jamal DeVos, and DeVos is DeVisso. DeVos. They're both brothers, so it's, yeah.
Where do they stay at?
They stay with condo next to me.
You know the address? What's your address of the condo?
I don't know. I just moved in there about like a month ago. I've been bouncing around, place to place.
Where else do you stay?
I stayed at 22nd and Prospect, at Hydra Suites, next to the YMCA.
Yeah.
I stayed down there. I stayed at Stoyan for a while with a guy named Arcady.
Arcady, what's his last name? Is he the one who he's in the army or something like that? I met him a long time ago.
I stayed with him for a while. Sergi, I don't know his real name, but he stays about 4 streets down from Arcady's. Shuggy. I stayed down in the Monticello. New apartments for about a month.
Where did you sleep Friday night?
Friday night we stayed at my place.
And which one?
We stayed in the hall, play some video games, watch some movies. You know what I'm saying? Drink a little bit, smoke.
And you moved in there a month ago, but you don't know what unit number you're in?
Nah, I mean, I don't get my mail goes home.
What floor are you on? First, second?
It both is the, you know, it's like a house. You know, has both floors.
Where'd you sleep last Saturday night?
That's
That's the night after the fireworks and everything like that, after home days. Where'd you sleep that night?
yeah.
In Harvard?
What time did you get home?
Probably like 1:30.
So 1:30 Sunday morning.
Yeah. And then, you know what I'm saying? That's as far.
Well, when did you leave for North Carolina?
Right after like 5, 6.
5 in the afternoon?
No,
5 in the morning?
5, 6.
So what made you want to go to...
I wanted to leave Cleveland for longest, you know. Just, I just never really got the courage, and I was not going to go by myself. You know?
Where were you headed to?
I don't know.
No destination?
You know, so I knew it was, my mom, you know, said I used to go to school in North Carolina, you know. So,
Where at?
Burnsville is like
Burnsville.
Burnsville. It's like 20 miles from where you pick me up, maybe, approximately about 20 miles.
Why was Tabitha going down there?
I guess she wanted a new life too.
Why would she leave her boyfriend to go down there?
Yeah, wasn't she engaged?
Yeah, all of us was.
And you were engaged to Tammy, right?
I told Tammy.
Yeah, like the best man and the maid of honor taking off together?
Sounds bad, I know.
I'm just curious, you know.
Sounds bad. I mean, Ray all had an opportunity to come too, and we told him. But Tammy wanted to finish school here.
Jason, he didn't want to go?
Jason wanted to go, but not yet. You know, so I guess he wanted to, you know, talk to his parents about it. And this and that. I mean, none of this was forced on nobody. You know, they had an opportunity to come. We all had.
No, if you were forcing people to go with you, it'd be kidnapping charges. Just charged with aggravated murder.
So that's basically what popped off. Then this, I was about to go through. You know what I'm saying? I knew some friends, but you know what I'm saying, it's been years since it's been back down there. So
Down in North Carolina?
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know if it still lived there, or, you know. But I had, you know what I'm saying, I had a little money on it. You know what I'm saying? I knew I could make it. You know what I'm saying?
How much did you have?
Maybe approximately like 120, maybe a little bit less.
Tabitha have any money on her?
I think she had like 40 bucks.
40 bucks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much.
You got a job?
I worked at Days Inn for a while.
Which Days Inn?
By Northfield. Then I worked at the racetrack on the street.
What'd you do at the racetrack?
Groom horses.
Who?
Groom horses.
How'd you like that?
I hate horses.
Yeah.
Why do you hate horses?
Too much.
Okay.
You wouldn't like my dog, man.
When was the last time that you worked?
Maybe 3 months ago. 4 months ago.
The last time you worked at Days Inn or the racetrack was 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Days Inn wasn't like a permanent job. My dude works at Days Inn. He's a manager there.
What's his name?
You call him Dale, Eric Flake. And he needed some help down there, you know what I'm saying? So he paid me like 70 bucks a day, you know. It's only like an hour work, you know, cleaning the rooms,
Okay.
you know, stuff like that.
You're gonna have to help me out. You haven't worked in 3 months, but a month ago you moved into a 2-story townhome at Warrensville and Harvard.
Yeah.
How you paying your rent?
My mom helps me pay.
Oh, your mom pays all your rent for you?
She doesn't pay all my rent, you know what I'm saying? But she helps me pay a little bit.
Well, she must be paying more than a little bit. You haven't worked in 3 months.
You got to think, I'm staying there with like 5 other people.
Well, 5 other people live
You know what I'm saying? This house is not my place. You know what I'm saying? I moved in with someone else who's already living in there.
Well, what's their names?
You know what I'm saying? Donnell Nelson and his family lives in there. You know what I'm saying?
Darnell Nelson?
Yeah. We went to school together. You know what I'm saying? We was like,
Where at, North Carolina or here?
No, here.
Where'd you go to school here?
When I went with him, we went to Lawrence. Independence.
So where did the $520 come from if you haven't worked in 3 months? How'd you get 520 bucks? I have a job and I don't have $520.
Man, I used to hustle. I mean, I can hustle my way to get some money. I mean, money for me is not a problem. I can get money. You know what I'm saying? I never, money, you know what I'm saying?
Tell us
money's not a problem.
Tell us how we can get money.
I used to
Legally.
Hmm?
Legally, how can we get money?
I can't help you,
Yeah.
Oh, so you get your money illegally.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way I knew how to do it, you know. But,
So what are you doing? Selling
Selling dope?
yeah.
Prostituting yourself?
Nah, I never went that far.
Never went that far.
Unless it was really, really good money. But I never done that, you know what I'm saying? But I handled dope, heroin, PCP.
How much you use? Drugs, how much you using?
I also smoke weed.
That's it? Just
And
smoke
drink.
weed?
And occasionally pop, you know, say pop X pill now and then. But I don't use, you know, I don't use my own product.
Let me see your arms. Put your arms out. About your toes. Shooting your toes?
Just,
No, I don't want to look at your smelly feet.
How did you meet Tabitha and Tammy and Jason?
Tammy.
Tammy? How'd you meet Tammy?
Through my friend's surgery.
Which street is surgery?
I want to say Verona.
What kind of car does he drive?
He drives like a family vehicle, one of those two side door openers.
Oh, van?
minivan?
Yeah. It's not his, it's mother's. You know what I'm saying? But
How old is he?
I think he just be turning like 22,
22.
21.
Going back to when you went over to Messina's house.
The first time?
Yeah. You're walking up the hill. And what happened?
I walked up the hill. His
It's
girlfriend.
bigger, right? You're walking up bigger.
I walking up there. His girlfriend was out there walking the dog. You know, the ugly one. And I guess he was outside, and I came up. We were talking. And he just comes running outside, and When I looked over, I just saw a big arm cop back. And I didn't really have enough time at that point. I had enough time to move away so he didn't really contact me really good. But, you know, he saw him, I jumped back, and that's why I just started smiling, you know. She's yelling, no, stop it, you know. He didn't do anything, stop it, blah, blah, blah.
So that was the first time you went over there?
Yeah, that was the first one.
What's the second time you went over there?
I mean, I've been there before to see if she was.
No, we're talking about Saturday night.
I didn't go there anytime.
Well, if there's a first time, there has to be a second time, right?
No, saying the first time, the second time she wanted to get her dogs.
You went with her?
But I didn't go with her. That's when the cops went. The cop went over there to take her to her father's house to get the dog.
The cop took Tabitha.
Yeah.
Her father has to get her dogs.
Yeah. She wanted me to come with her, but all of us stayed there. One cop stayed, watched us.
Stayed where?
Came back. Stayed at Stoneham. We all stand on the ground. Jason and I talked for a while. Junior talked. You know, we waited for about 40 minutes and a half hour. They came back with the dog and we took them back.
What time do you think that was?
I can't really tell you. Yeah, you know, I still had to be there.
A couple hours after the fireworks were over?
I stayed there not a couple hours, maybe 4 or 5. Maybe an hour. You know,
An hour?
maybe, you know. That's the time that Tammy had to start to leave. And then it was just us.
Well, tell us about the second time you went back.
That was the only time we went back. I went back at least.
Well, a couple minutes ago, we were talking to you, and you said the first time you went. So
That was the first time I went. The second time I was supposed to go to help me get a dog for a cop there. I figured it was a smart idea for me to go down there again.
well, how'd you get into the truck, the black truck?
She had it.
She had it?
Yeah.
Well, how'd she drive? She had it where?
She had to. She said she wanted to go with car under her name.
So she came and picked you up?
Yeah.
Where at?
Stoneham.
Stonehaven? Carlos?
I mean, she didn't pick us Stoneham. First, when we came back down in the morning, right after coming to my house, because I was about to go talk to my brother, but he wasn't my brother because I have no brothers here. All my brothers in Brazil. But I called my brother because he looked out for me for, let's say, every time I come here, my mother didn't have money to bail me out for $500, $600, like that. My mom always called him, and he would come and give me the money like that. So he's not my brother, but I'm saying I called him. I was gonna ask him if I can take his old ass. He has like old ass Toyota. You know, he doesn't drive around. I'll go take that and we go drive back to North Carolina.
But then Tabitha shows up with her dad's SUV.
And we said,
That's pretty.
I said, okay, we don't need to ask him now because we kept asking her about SUV and they say it's stolen and shit like that. She said, nah, it's on her name.
How come Tabitha didn't take the Corvette?
She doesn't like fast cars, or she doesn't. She called it a car.
She called the Corvette a car.
Yeah.
I had a Corvette when I was single. Then I got married. Carlos, you know these guys are only going to ask you questions that they already know the answers to, right?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't
That's why
care
it's
with
important to tell the truth. Carlos, I know you had a hard life. You grew up in the slums of Sao Paulo, right? You got an opportunity here.
I mean, I waited
Do
for
the right
opportunity.
You got an opportunity to do the right thing. Do you feel bad about what you did?
I mean, I feel bad about everything I do. But with everything I do, you know what I'm saying, it comes with consequence, I know.
You believe in God?
Used to.
Used to? When you did believe in God, what religion were you? Catholic?
Roman Catholic, yeah.
You know that the only perfect person is whatever God you believe in, no matter what religion you are. The rest of us, all of us are just human beings. We f*** up all the time, make mistakes. The thing is when you make a mistake, you gotta be a man and say, hey, I f***ed up. I need to get this straight.
I mean, I know I fucked up plenty of times, you know? It's not,
You picked up Saturday night.
I mean, I fucked up first and just, you know what I'm saying, I knew it was gone for the first time, you know? But,
Hey, Carlos. Look, man, there's no doubt that you and Tabitha had something to do with Rick and Sandy getting killed that night. There's no doubt about it, okay? We got all the evidence. All right. Here's my concern for you, all right? Tabitha's the star of this motion picture. You hear that? Can you read that? What's it say? Daughter arrested in slayings of her parents, okay? This paper is dated Tuesday, July 31st. You notice it makes no mention of you, right? She is the star of this. She's getting all the credit. She's getting all the glory. She's going to be famous for this.
Now's the
she
time to
can be
save
famous
your
for
ass.
it.
She's going to be famous for this. You're going to go down with her, okay? There's no doubt about that. You're going to go down with her, okay? But she's going to be famous for this. You're going to go down being her little errand boy bitch. She's going to go down being the mastermind in this.
Now's the time to save your ass.
Now's the time to get the credit you deserve.
I can see that?
No.
Can see.
Let me look at it.
All right? Makes no mention of you. Now, this is dated the 31st, okay, Tuesday. Okay? The paper on Wednesday reports that you and Tabitha have been arrested in North Carolina, but the paper gets your name wrong. They call you Christopher Carlos.
Everyone does.
But if I was you, I'd want the credit for what happened. I'd want to be the hero. Were there cameras at your bond hearing yesterday?
No.
There were 7 of them at Tabitha's.
You got
Okay. Anybody approach you to do a movie about what happened?
no.
They approached Tabitha.
I don't really care. You know,
I care if I were you.
Fame, fortune, whatever y'all, what goes. You know,
I care if I, because Tabitha's come off as Scarface, and you're coming off as just someone her pawn.
it doesn't.
I care if I were you.
If I want to become famous, I want to become famous for something completely different. That.
Well, you're wrapped up in this, man. Now, like I say, there's no doubt. There's no doubt.
You're not going to get much chance to do anything else to become famous.
Okay. You were wearing green shorts that night?
Yeah.
You were, because we have them. Guess whose blood's on those shorts? Okay, you were wearing those tennis shoes you were arrested in? You were, because we have them. Guess whose blood's on those tennis shoes? Like I say, there's no way you're escaping this, but you need the credit that you deserve.
And what credit would that be? I mean.
You're the bad guy here. You're the one who should be famous for this. They should be making a movie about you, not modeling prom queen Tabitha. Right? She's just a pretty face on this thing. You're the muscle. Am I right?
I say we the muscle.
What I'm saying is she's the pretty face on this thing. She's what's good for the TV. You're the real story. Am I right? I think so. But the media isn't portraying that. Look. It says daughter. It says nothing about Carlos in here. And when it does mention you, they call you the wrong name. Like I say, she's coming off as the bad guy here. She's coming off as the mastermind. You're coming off as nothing but her assistant. And I'll tell you, you know where that'll get you in the joint? When you get in there with accomplice to the model prom queen in the killing of her parents, it's not going to get you any respect in the joint. None.
You think that what respect do I, you know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about the joint, you know what I'm saying? The joint is that, you know what I'm saying?
I would be, when you go in there, for the many years you're going to go in there, with the label of accomplice to the most famous murder that happened in Northeast Ohio in many years.
How you consider that famous?
No, this murder, these murders have been getting news since day one. Since day one. There were cameras at Tabitha's bond hearing a week later. All right, Lifetime, Lifetime, the network for women,
Yeah.
want to do a movie, a made-for-TV movie on Tabitha. Can you believe that? On Tabitha.
Hey,
She's gonna be famous for this. It's a fucked up thing to be famous for, I know. Believe me, I know. But she's gonna be famous. Like I say, Tony Montana has got nothing on the other TM, Tabitha Messina. She's gonna be famous for this. And you know what? In the movie, the part of Christopher Carlos or Carlos Christopher, depending on which newspaper you read, is gonna be very small. She's gonna be the star. It's time for you to get the recognition you deserve, man.
You might get Gary Coleman to play you.
Gary Coleman.
You know who that is?
Hell no.
Gary Coleman. Well, you might be too young. How old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay. You might be too young to remember Gary Coleman.
Name sounds familiar.
He's a little short guy.
He's a very, very short black dude?
Yeah.
But one is like 40 years old?
Yep.
Well, now he's like 40. But
Like
when he's on
height?
TV, yeah.
Come on now. I'm not that short.
Probably get, I'm thinking Halle Berry, Lindsay Lohan to play Tabitha.
You got to understand here is there's no doubt you're mixed up in this. There's no doubt. Okay? We have witnesses, we have your clothing, all of which put you there.
Carlos, where do you think we found the green shorts at?
Probably a hotel.
You forgot to mention the hotel.
I stay there too. When I work, whenever I do work,
How do you
whatever.
explain the blood being on there?
Okay.
Now's the time to tell these guys what they already know.
Get the credit you deserve, man.
You're only going to answer the questions that
I
they already know the answers to.
I don't need any credit. That's what.
Well, let me just. No, I'm not going to talk about that. Never mind. Nah, what the f? Your big fat black buddy? He's scared to go to jail, so he gave us the axe. Just so you know. Your big fat black buddy, the one you gave the axe to get rid of.
I didn't think we'd find the axe, huh?
I know I did.
Well, you do, because according to him, you two suck every once in a while. That's what he's telling us.
Carlos, you got to look at me for a second. You're charged with 2 counts of aggravated murder. Tabitha's not going to go down for it alone. And Jason and all the others, Tammy, your buddy from the motel, nobody else wants to go to jail. Now's the time for you to help yourself. We know everything that happened.
You wouldn't be here if we didn't know. You know the cops don't arrest people for no reason.
These 2 detectives...
Maybe in Brazil, not here.
These 2 detectives brought you up here to give you the opportunity to help yourself. You either help yourself or hurt yourself. But I think you know that we got everything. Now is a chance where he can write his report and type in there, Carlos Christopher was brought to the Detective Bureau, advised of his rights, confronted with the facts, and stated the following: showed remorse, acted out in anger, it was an accident, didn't mean it, didn't type it up, a bunch of lies, that you were home and you were walking back to Harvard and Warrensville. Because we all know that's not the truth. And this happened, what, 8 days ago, 9 days ago now? They were murdered. And we haven't talked to you since you got picked up. So you think they're talking to other people? You think we're talking to other people?
I mean, I knew y'all talked to other people. I mean,
You got, we got you. Now's the time to say, hey, look, I f***ed up. This is what happened.
Now's the time for
It
you.
was my idea. It wasn't my idea. I planned it. She planned it. They planned it. He planned it. The three of them planned it. The four of them planned it. But you got to tell the truth, because we know what your involvement was. He's got your shoes. He's got your shorts. He's got the axe. Now's the time to save your ass.
Let them make a movie about Carlos Christopher.
Because I don't think you want the needle.
The real Scarface.
I don't think you want the death sentence.
it doesn't sound that bad.
Because in Ohio, it'd be like a good 25 years. The last guy that they executed was on death row for how long?
33, 32?
And that's 33 years in the joint, being known as Tabitha's errand boy
In solitary.
and getting no credit,
Even if you
no
don't want
respect.
an appeal, the state of Ohio files the appeals for you. So you'll be on death row, like he said, one of them said, in solitary for a good 20 years, waiting for your,
All the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
inmates laughing at you.
when you see them. Because they'll be laughing at you behind your back because you'll only get allowed out of your cell 1 hour a day in the yard.
Meanwhile, Tabitha's the star of Lifetime Network.
15 to 20 is a lot better than life. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Because I'm a sissy. I wouldn't go to jail.
Yeah, maybe.
They got you good. They got everything they need to convict you. Fingerprints, DNA, the axe, the shorts, the shoes. What more do you...
I mean, whose fingerprints do you think we found on the axe?
They're trying to help you. Whose fingerprints did they find on the spotlight bulbs? Remember that?
Yeah.
Whose fingerprints were on the hatchet? The little axe.
Whose fingerprints are on the windows?
But meanwhile, Tabitha's getting all the credit, all the glory. Like I say, there were 7 cameras at her bond hearing. How many were at yours yesterday?
No.
And your bond hearings were an hour apart. They boogied. They boogied right after Tabitha. They knew that you were coming up an hour later. They weren't interested. Is that fair?
And think, Carlos,
Good.
when it goes to court, if you level with them, that could be in your benefit. Because she's the one who looks like the demon. You're the dumb boyfriend who got dragged into it. She's the mastermind. You got dragged into it.
Unless
You wouldn't be the first guy. Ask Dave. He had a case like that before. You wouldn't be the first guy dragged into a situation by a woman.
So, I mean, the question you need to ask yourself is this, all right? It's not whether or not you're going down, because you are. Do you want to go down being the mastermind, or do you want to go down being the errand boy? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Now me personally, I know Tabitha. Take a look around this room, all right? None of us are young guys. We all been working here a minute or two, and Tabitha's been living in this city forever, all right?
Glad that you finally admitted
I
it.
guess
Oh,
it's water or something.
Yeah.
you want water?
All right, we all know Tabitha, okay? She's a lot of things, but she doesn't have the balls to do this. Not on her own. Am I right? Do you know Tabitha, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't have the balls to do this on her own, does she?
She doesn't have the balls to do it without that.
Exactly. She's a lot of things, all right? But she didn't have the balls to do something as big as this, as newsworthy as this, as historical as this, on her own. She don't have it in her. All right, I spent 6 years in the United States Marine Corps. All right, I stood side to side with some badass dudes. All right, I know bad dudes when I see them.
You were in the Army, were you?
Nah, I was too cool for the Army. All right, but I know bad dudes when I see them. Tabitha's not a bad dude.
Carlos, now's the time to save your ass.
Let the movie show Carlos being played by Antonio Banderas.
Let the movie have Carlos be the hero, not Tabitha. Let the movie be Carlos be the star, not Tabitha. Because in real life, Carlos is a star, isn't he? Not Tabitha. At least let the movie be true.
Your life parallel with Scarface. You came from the ghettos in Cuba. You came from the ghettos in Brazil.
Y'all found a picture, didn't you? Scarface picture in the file?
Found a lot. Told you we found everything.
Found a lot of things.
That's why y'all keep mentioning Scarface.
Well, look at the
I
shirt you
never-
were wearing.
What were you wearing when you got arrested in North Carolina?
Arrested is wearing a Scarface shirt.
Yeah.
All right, well that's not,
You had the movie in your hotel room.
and it didn't
I have a
help.
game of
And it didn't help that the media called her the preppy Scarface of South Euclid. All right, it didn't help. I mean, her initials are what? What are her initials?
TM.
Okay, well, in the movie Scarface, what were the guy's initials?
That's TM.
How do you think the media came up with that? I mean, media's not too smart,
It's more.
but they saw two killers with TM, and that's how they lost her. They called her the preppy Scarface of South Euclid, not us. And that's the bit. They called her the preppy Scarface of South Euclid in the same newspaper article that showed you getting arrested with a Scarface T-shirt, and they spelled your name wrong. That's the of it.
You want to show them the axe?
No.
You don't want to see it, do you?
I mean, that's the truth of it. Like I say, man, you're getting hosed. You're getting hosed. You're not getting any of the credit you deserve.
Carlos, you gotta save your own ass. Let him type up his report. Let Dave type up his report. Did you cooperate? Did you tell the truth?
Do you want to start over with what happened? You want to forget about everything else?
Do the smart thing. Do the right thing.
Become the star of the movie.
In your father's memory, your mother's memory.
You kissed my mom.
You don't think your mother and father are up in heaven watching down over you crying?
My father, maybe.
Tell you what. Throw that one away.
My mother.
You think your
Let's
father's
start
crying
over.
tears? Even in pain, in death, he's probably crying for you. No matter what your father did in his career, so he's a courier. He's trying to make money for his family, right? He's trying to provide for his family. He's crying tears, pain for you right now. Do the right thing. Tell Dave the truth. Tell him what happened. We know what happened. Like I told you, he's only going to ask you questions that he knows the answers to.
We know what happened, all right? Let the rest of the world know what happened, out of your own mouth.
Do it for your father. Do you love your stepmother? Do it for her. Do it for her. Do it for the people that love you. Do it for yourself. Your stepmother is crying every day. I saw her here yesterday, how she came in on her crutches. They love you. They care about you. I'm telling you, and the minute you tell Dave what happened, you're going to feel better. Right now, it's got to feel like you got a 200-pound block on your chest. The minute you tell him the truth, you know your Father's going to smile over you from heaven. He's watching over you. And he wants you to do the right thing. And you know you got to do the right thing, Carlos, because that's the way you were brought up. You were brought up to do the right thing. Your stepmother, you went to St. Gregory's, didn't you?
Yeah.
Remember Monsignor Novicki?
Yeah. He was a man.
He's watching down over you, praying that you'll do the right thing. Because you know what? We're just men, all of us. But who forgives? God forgives. And your Father's up in heaven, Carlos, watching down over you, praying that you'll do the right thing. Because he'll forgive you. Well, we can forgive you too. It doesn't matter whether or not we forgive you. But your Father and God, Monsignor, watching down over you, they'll forgive you. You don't think Monsignor and your Father are praying for you to do the right thing? And you know you want to do the right thing. Dave knows you want to do the right thing. Mike knows you want to do the right thing. Most importantly, you know you want to do the right thing. You have to do the right thing, Carlos. Your father's memory and for your stepmother. Your adoptive mother.
How long am I looking at?
Right now, without you saying a word, if you walk out of here right now, you'll probably get the death penalty.
You cooperate, you show
or you'll get two life counts.
Both murder.
You got to do the right thing.
It's like I've been telling you, Carlos, there's no doubt you're going for this. There's no doubt. The question is how do you want to go?
You know we got everything. I mean, how would we know about the shorts?
How would we know about Days In?
The shoes?
The axe?
The axe.
All right, the question is how do you want to go?
And we know why you went to Messina's house the first time. It was to return something, right?
The first time I went down to Messina's house, it was to return a cell phone.
Okay.
And, well, that didn't work out. And,
You want coffee?
You have sugar?
Yeah, I'll make some coffee.
And that's when Richard punched you, right?
Yeah, the first time I went down to Messina's house, I told her that I would return a cell phone and come back. So, that's that. I went down there, Messina came down, he swung. I was not going to swing back just the simple fact he was older than me and I had respect for him, And I know he was doing it for a reason, what I'm saying? I understood where he's coming from, and so that's one reason why I did not get mad at him, because if I had a daughter, and what I'm saying, I know what daughter was up to all the time, I'd be worried, what I'm saying, sick too.
Then what happened?
So we went down. I went down. We first after the fireworks and everything, I had engaged. I asked Tabitha, if she would marry me, and Jason did the same with Tabitha. We went to a park. We went there, you know what I'm saying, we did, we talked, we did some other stuff, and then the phone kept ringing, her phone kept ringing, and Tabitha said that she, you know what I'm saying, I told Tabitha I'd take the phone and bring it to her house, put her on the step, and leave. Well, that really didn't go the way it planned because they were outside by that time. She, from the little girl was walking the dog, and the father was, I guess, outside of the step, talking on his cell phone to something. And I came up, and me and her girlfriend, whatever it is, Sandra, and we started talking, and the father saw me, comes running around the corner, hand cocked back. I stepped back just enough to let the punch, to hit me, but kind of grazed off me. I took 2 more steps back. I put my hands up, then I put my hands back down. Because I decided that I was not going to fight him. I kept stepping back. He kept coming towards me, swinging. She kept yelling, "Stop!" Saying you're going to draw attention. So big to, saying calm down. Didn't see the words he was, saying call me. And he was Tabitha smoking crack, like all you do. Yeah, I'm steadily smiling at him, like, okay, saying, you keep calling, saying, I don't have a single black portion in me, So I basically the whole time this happening, I'm still finding a way to talk to her, telling her that I would tell Tabitha, but we were all together, the whole plan was to come to my place, so you can, at the hotel so you can party, smoke. I had some weed, smoke. Go to my cousin's house, get something to drink, drink a little bit, smoke, get some X.
Okay.
Shit that, young people, the Tabitha approached me before, talking about how, she was tired of the father, and how we got to find a way to get rid of him. And I told Tabitha.
When was this? Was this before or after you tried returning the phone?
This was when she approached me. She approached me.
Yeah,
she approached me the next day because I went to see her the day before that. Before Jason came back from Georgia.
Okay, so this is the day before.
This is the day before, but I told Tabitha that that's not my style. I'm not a killer, and say I'll go there and I'll scare the shit out of them. I can do that. Go in there with some of my people, bring it to a house, pistols all out, while they're asleep and wake them up. Just even skill. I did that before, bring it to someone's house with a gun in the guy's mouth before he could do anything.
Okay.
So I done that plenty of times, and that usually works, because then they know that you're not, you're not scared to, to shoot anybody,
For sure.
Yes. And I did my life that I'm not proud of, So I told her I'll do that, but then I did like that before, and I shot people before, but I made sure I never killed them. It's not killing. I only kill only if I have to. My life is down the risk, or my parents, my mom's life is in jeopardy. Like that, people I love. That's the only time I would kill someone for. I told him if I'll do that, I'll go to the house and I'll scare the living shit out of him. Because he knew before that I carried guns. It's a killing.
Who knew it before?
My father,
Okay.
Richard, he knew that, you know what I'm saying, I carried, I used to, you know what I'm saying, sometimes I do carry a pistol around, you know. And he seen me before and get in a fight and pull that pistol out, cock it back, you know. Thank you.
Well,
And so she knew that I'm saying I'm not scared to use it. I so dope most of my life, you know. When I was in St. Gregory's, I was selling, you know what I'm saying, I was selling dope, but I was selling weed, pills, like that. You know, I was you know, I'm not proud of it. You know, when I went to the 22nd Prospect, I only moved down there because I knew that was a high crack.
You did what you had to do.
You know, and you know what I'm saying, I knew that I needed to make some money, so my whole goal was to go back to Brazil, you know, live there. So live with my, at that time I didn't really, you know what I'm saying, I knew some of my family members, you know, on my mom's side, but I didn't meet my brothers or sisters by that time because all of us scattered to Brazil. You know, after my father died, my sisters left and I left and, you know, and it was rough, you know. So after all of that, we went back. I went back. After coming back down from the hill, I told Tabitha that her father swung, and I did not swing. She asked me if I swung back. I told her I was planning to, but had respect for me. I knew that if I got into it with him because when I get in a fight, I get in a fight. It doesn't matter who I'm fighting. Even if I know if I thought I'd get my ass knocked out, I wanted him to remember that I was there, you know. And but I didn't want to swing back, you know. I already had problems with, you know, saying police, small, you know, like open containers like that. So I knew that I never had no felony, you know, saying, and I was going to keep it that way, you know. My plans before going to Brazil, I want to become, I want to do a Marine, for the Marines.
Marines?
Yeah, I always, you know, I always was fascinated with warfare. My mom could tell you that I have hundreds of books about Roman warfare. You know, every type of warfare you could think of. You know, I read about it.
I respect that.
You know, I wanted to know what I was going to get myself into. And, you know, I guess because my father was so violent, I see him, you know, saying, like my father was a killer. You know, I see him go in bars and just split, you know, the neck. So, doing Tony Montana styles, you know, you know, walking through bars with wire, you know. I see him do that, and that kind of, I know, I want to say, it was crazy, but, you know what I'm saying, I thought I had to take some balls just to walk behind someone and, you know what I'm saying?
It does.
Just choke him to death, so I always wanted to be that.
Takes more balls to look the man in the eye and kill him than doing it behind his back.
You know, yeah. I mean, my father. My father was no coward. You know, my father was the type of dude who, he would do something to you, and then wait for you to realize that he was there, and then attack you. You know, like I seen my father a couple of times walk into a guy's house, and say, wake the dude up, let the dude get ready. You know what I'm saying, and then just kill him. You know. And my father was not. He was no coward. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
He always said the greatest, you know what I'm saying, the greatest thing was to watch a man suffer, you know, knowing that he's about to die. And, you know, and that's how he taught us how to be, you know. He used to wake us up every morning for a clock of beat. You know, I had 12 brothers altogether.
12?
12 brothers, 7 sisters.
So where were you? Wait, 12 brothers and 7 sisters?
Yeah.
You had 19 kids? So where were you? Were you the oldest, the youngest?
I'm a twin. I'm a middle.
Do you have a twin brother?
I had a twin brother.
You had a twin brother.
Yeah. He wanted. I guess he wanted to go out in the bank, so he would kill, killing cops. And that was his.
Your father?
That was my twin brother.
Your twin brother. Okay.
He wanted. I guess I don't know. He was nutty a little bit, you know. But
Charles, going back Day after you left the house, you went back to school, right?
Yeah.
What happened there? You told Tabby
I told Tabitha.
Mr. Messina took a swing at you?
I told Tabitha that her father took a swing at her father and mother. Father, I keep calling him mother, you know, but her father and his girlfriend was looking for her. And at least go there. I mean, I'll go down there with you, and I'll go call and I'll say, some of my boys come down. Because I knew she wasn't going to swing, a whole bunch of guns would be pulled out on him, you know. And I told her, we'll go back down there and you talk to her father, you know what I'm saying? And you can stay with me for a night, you know what I'm saying, for a while, until you get your foot on, you know what I'm saying, get your foot playing. And so I told her that by that time, you know what I'm saying, we decided not to, you know what I'm saying, at least we thought we decided not to go, you know what I'm saying. But that time, killing them wasn't it, you know what I'm saying, even in the books, you know. I told her, but we can go down there and put the guns out and, you know what I'm saying. You know, I knew some guys who would do it, you know what I'm saying, if it came time to it, who would put, you know what I'm saying, some bullets in them. If they felt that I was, you know what I'm saying, I knew they won't give a about her, but if they felt I was in jeopardy, they would.
You've always got your back.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, so. You know, I told you, we did that before, you know what I'm saying?
What happened then, though, Carlos?
So then that's when we just walked around for a while, you know.
For who?
All four of us walked around after a while, and
you, Tabby,
Jason, and me.
Tammy.
And you know, uh,
Yeah, when the police came?
the police came probably maybe 45, maybe an hour after all this happened, you know.
Okay.
So we stayed apart for another like 35 minutes, you know, smoking cigarettes. I rolled up a blunt, you know, smoked that. You know, so I smoked the blunt to myself because I told myself I was, you know, say. But at that time, I was starting to get pissed because Tabitha was saying, you know, saying what father did to her that I hate, you know.
What, like what?
Like molesting her or touching her in ways. And you know, so my two things I would kill someone for is molestation.
Okay.
And you know, saying my mom, everyone could tell you that's how I, you know, saying I see my sisters get killed like that. That's, you know, saying I see my nieces get molested by school. You know, saying. Like,
where was Tabitha telling you this?
She was telling us that we were walking. By this time, we were walking. It was me and her, and then we were probably walking maybe 100 feet from, you know, saying, and Jason and Tammy were behind us. And she was calling, you know that, you know, my father used to touch me, or try to touch me and try to me, and you know, I guess she knew that was my that was
your button.
Yeah, and I don't know how she knew. Maybe Tammy told her, you know what I'm saying, because I knew Tammy knew that I hated that. You know what I'm saying, I went to people's house before when I heard, you know what I'm saying, when I heard Tammy was the guy tried to her, you know what I'm saying, I went to his house and beat the him in his, you know what I'm saying, in his bedroom. And so, you know what I'm saying, it's that was my button right there. So after that, we walking around. I got to Stonehaven. I knocked at Junior's door. Junior was in there at that time. When we started walking down Stonehaven again, Junior came down the block. And you know what I'm saying, I told Junior I wanted to go talk to Rich, you know what I'm saying, but I had no plans to kill him, you know. We went there and me and Tabitha, we got to her house, and I told Tabitha, you know what, this we do, you know what I'm saying, I'll talk to this cat later, you know. We sat down, Tabitha.
Where was Jason?
Jason was still Junior, talking to Junior.
And Tammy was
Tammy by that time was gone.
Okay.
This is like after all the cops.
Okay.
Everything left. Yeah.
All right. Where did you and Tabitha sit down to talk?
The first time there was like the one path. Goes I guess like a one trail. You know how Thomas Street goes curve and there's that one trail right there?
Yeah.
And we were right there. And I told Tabitha, you know what I'm saying, this is not my style, you know what I'm saying. So I rather talk to him during the day when people is around, you know what I'm saying. If I have to, I'll pull out a gun, you know what I'm saying. I knew that was gonna be a gun charge. So, you know. So we went back to Jason's, right? Not to Jason, but back to Junior's. This whole time she was you know what I'm saying, pouring words in my head, kept talking about how her father kept, you know what I'm saying, touching her and this and that, and you know, and you know what I'm saying, murdering her wasn't my what I never had that plan, you know. It wasn't what I did. If I was going to kill him, I was going to kill him with a pistol, you know what I'm saying, and I was going to make it quick. And also, I was going to do it like my father did, you know what I'm saying. I was going to wake him up, tell him that he f***ed up, you know what I'm saying, give him a chance to talk, and just blast him, you know. If I had a chance, that's how I would have done it, you know. And I would have done it, you know, I don't know, you know. But I finally, she just kept going about it and going about it. By that time, I was furious, you know.
Do you remember what she was saying to you?
She kept just saying that her father just kept, you know, saying that her father wanted her to commit suicide, and this actually explained the scar on her neck, you know, and you know, at this time I didn't know if it was true or not, you know, but I knew how Richard was, you know what I'm saying. I mean, I for a little times I did met him, you know what I'm saying, and from having my mom's family, you know what I'm saying, from them being Italian, and I guess, you know what I'm saying, my mom's father was mafia, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, we all met Richard before. We all three of us, and you know, at best.
Carlos, I've known Richard for probably 18 years. I've known Tabitha for about 15 or 16 years. So Dave's known him probably about the same as me.
We know.
We know him.
And so I told her at that time, you know, so after she kept saying that I was going to talk to my mom's family without my mom knowing about it, because that's not my mom, you know what I'm saying. She has a dark side. We get the little crutches and the polio and stuff, but she used those crutches like little machine guns. I mean, there have been times where I fucked up and next thing you know I had a big ass crutch coming out in my face, you know. And you know, but I knew she, you know what I'm saying, but her family, she doesn't have that many family left, but her family she does have left, you know. They knew her father, you know, for years. So I was going to talk to mom about it, you know what I'm saying, see if everything she was saying was true. And just skills of living. That was my whole goal, you know.
So you guys left Jason at Junior's house.
Yeah, because I knew
you
Junior.
Walk in and you were sitting down by the trail.
Yeah, that was the first. That was like the second time we went down there. Okay, the first time we went down there, that's when all the cops.
Right.
And the
first time was with the phone.
The phone, yeah. The first time the phone. The second time we went down.
Second time is where you're at now, talking by the trail.
Yeah, and I told her that, you know what I'm saying, we'd come back a couple of days, you know what I'm saying, and we'd talk to him that, you know what I'm saying, give him time to clean his head, give me time to clean mine, give me time to talk to my people, you know, and because the people I fuck with, I don't, you know what I'm saying, like with black dudes like that, we cool, but I don't, you know what I'm saying, they're not my people, you know what I'm saying. All my people that I have is Jamaicans, Brazilians, you know what I'm saying. Most came out of our country, you know what I'm saying, because I knew most, you know what I'm saying, no disrespect, but a lot of Americans are full, you know. So, or a lot of police, you know what I'm saying, thug cats say they're about to do something, they do, you know. And so we out.
How long were you guys sitting by the trail talking?
Probably like 20 minutes.
And then what happened?
We turned back around to Jason and Junior, you know what I'm saying, because I told her it didn't feel right, you know. That, you know, I told her if the cops just came, we do it now, the cops are going to immediately expect us because we just had a confrontation with them. And she's like, nah, it feels perfect, feels we should do it now. I was like, nah, we keep, you know what I'm saying, we do it there, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to kill him. if I had to kill him, it had to be something important, you know what I'm saying? If I have to kill him, I have to make sure that he's going to come after me first, give me a reason to kill him, you know. That's the only way I was going to do it. But, so we went back to Jason's, and by that time, I knew an abandoned building that's in South Euclid, Arcadie's old house.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I knew no one was in there. Arcadie told me if anything happened, and to this day, how to get into a house.
How did you get in the house?
The milk thing.
The milk chute?
Yeah, the milk chute opens up,
You
and reach in and unlock it. And I knew there was no one inside, so I told Jason, go in there. We were sleeping there for a night. Leave about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Go down the street from my brother's house, get a Toyota, and bounce out. You know. We asked Tammy if they want to come. Our first plan was to go to Georgia, because Jason knew. You know, Jason just came out of Georgia. He knew people there to help us out. And I was not going to go to North Carolina because I told you I've been years since I've been down there, so I didn't know if no one was going to help me out, or
Right.
I didn't even know if no one still was there, you know. So we went there. She still kept talking, you know. And finally I was just pissed, you know. We turned back around. And we turned back around, and I told Jason to wait there, you know, we'll go get the car. You know, that's my whole goal. Was I was about to go in there and just beat the living shit out of him, you know, because by that time I still had no plans to kill the dude, you know. I told him I was going to go in there and beat the living shit out of him, and tell him if you ever touch anybody again, the same. You know, I already knew I was about to tell this guy, you know what I'm saying, if you ever touch anybody again, I will be back to kill you, you know. That was, you know what I'm saying. And we went there, you know what I'm saying. I called some people on Junior's phone, said I can get a pistol, you know what I'm saying, because I let my pistol go a long time ago, because I knew I was getting unsteady because of the streets, you know. And it got to a point where you know, I was pulling my gun out on everybody, and we got to a point where I was, you know, I was.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Did you have that pistol with you?
No. I used to carry a 9mm. You know what I'm saying?
Where'd that pistol come from?
We talk about a small one.
Yeah.
It came from a closet of this house.
In Messina's house?
Because she told me that there was a gun there.
Well, back up a second. Okay, so she's talking to you.
Yeah.
And you're going back to the house.
We go back to the house.
Right?
This is the third time. By this time, Jason was already in. I made sure Jason, everybody was out of the picture, you know what I'm saying, because I did not want him to get hit. Jason didn't know what we were doing. I just, you know, say, Tabitha told Jason that we were about to go get the car, get some money, and then bounce out. You know what I'm saying? I told him when we bounce out, you know what I'm saying, I would go to my people's house, get some more money, so we had a couple $1,000, you know, and we can at least start a little something.
Take us to the point where you're going up to the house.
Okay, we go up to the house for the third time. We were in the back because they're still up, you know.
You saw the lights on?
No, the lights were off. We heard TV, but we could still hear Rich talking, you know.
Okay.
And
how did you go into the yard?
The side.
Up the little path?
Yeah, no, this time we walked up, and then there was a path going up to the backyard.
White arch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went through there, and we stood on the steps, the back steps. And she was talking about blah, blah, blah. She's like, okay, how you want to do this? You know what I'm saying? This time I still had a plan that I was just go in there, grab him, beat them, you know, say, wake him up, knew that I was there, just beat the living out of him till enough. I knew he had a heart problem, so I didn't want to cause any trouble and make him die or anything. And I told her that I just want you to keep an eye on the girl, you know what I'm saying, the girlfriend, because she just, let's see, she was an innocent bystander and she had no reason to get hurt, you know. I told her she tried to keep him off of me, so, you know, so she was off the picture, you know. I was going to get out of her, so she didn't say, but I was, you know, saying I was not going to touch her, you know, because she was innocent and I don't touch her innocence, you know.
I respect you for that.
And, so the whole time she's like, no, I got her. I'm tired of that. you know. And I asked Tabitha, I was like, what did she do to you, you know? Because the whole time I've been, you know, saying I was around her, she always been polite to me, you know. Oh yes, Carlos, she's not here, or, you know, just polite, you know. Never disrespected me, always called me my name, you know. So I had a lot of love for her, you know. I love her. I said, I
She treated you right.
So I had respect for her like she had respect for me.
So you're on the back steps.
I'm on the back steps. We waiting for him to go to
There's
sleep.
that screened-in porch there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we waiting to go to sleep, and I was like, you know what, you know, we gotta do this later. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? She talked about it feels okay, this and that. You know. It's cool.
No, you're going.
Help yourself.
So
You're on the steps.
yeah, we waited for a good 45 minutes till we went to sleep. You know, I wanted to make sure he was asleep because I already knew from being all the times being there that he got like a whole bunch of little something like little stuff and sounds off. You know, like the little wind charms. And shit. Then we open the door, it'll go off. So I want him to be dead asleep because I figured that he's a big dude, that he'll go to sleep much faster and heavier. You know, most big dudes do. You know. So we waited there, and she's still, you know, whispering to me, okay, this and that, and just, you know, still pointing in my brain, you know.
Like what?
Like, you know, still. So when we do this, we be free. You know what I'm saying? We can go start a new life, and you know what I'm saying? I was going to start a new life anyway. You know, I didn't need him dead to keep my life going. You know, but I knew, you know what I'm saying? I knew Tabitha for a while. You know what I'm saying? I had love for Tabitha. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so I was gonna go in there and help her out, you know, just you know, say beat that living shit out of him, you know, saying grab his money, you know, saying. So when we went in there, I finally thought that he'd be asleep. I thought Sandra would be asleep too, you know, that's her name, right, Sandra. And we went in there.
How'd you get in?
We tried the kitchen window first. You know, but I realized before everything happened that they had safety locks on the window, but I only opened them so much. So like, you know what, it's not gonna work, so just let's turn back around now. We catch one real outside, scale the shit out there, you know what I'm saying? Then by that time we have my brother's car and we can just bounce out. You know?
So the second time you went there, you tried the kitchen window?
No, this is the third time.
Third time.
How many windows did you try, Carlos?
We tried the kitchen window, but then the safety lock. I looked at the window, saw the safety lock, said it's no use. You know, like we turned back around. We went. We figured that we can get through by the garage window, and we then get in from the kitchen, right? Because I know how they walked in and out, but I didn't know if they locked it or nothing. You know, I knew if it had a wind charm there. So we got through the window for the kitchen. Now we got through the window into the garage, and I decided at that point I would go grab the axe and I was going to tell, you know, saying I was going to scale the shit out of him with an axe, you know, keep an axe on my shoulder or you know, keep the axe next to his neck or something, you know, and you know, saying I told her to keep that take that hatchet, you know, saying keep that hatchet just in case he comes after you, you know. And you know, he has a weapon. You know, saying I asked her if there was any guns in the house, any type of weapon that could hurt us. She said that he carried a small, like a 6-round revolver, you know, old school type. So I told her before we do that, grab the revolver, grab any sharp object, or anything that could be thrown at us, or anything that could cause us damage, you know.
Where did she grab the revolver from?
Well, inside a closet, not closet, but dresser type, dresser type.
In his bedroom?
Yeah. We went in there, we went down to the basement first, there was sleep. Finally, when we got inside, you probably figured out we got inside from the back door because the kitchen door was closed, locked. So,
who broke the window with that little rock? Who broke the window with that little rod?
I did. I broke the window with a little rod. I was good. My whole goal was to break a frame, take the window out, and then put the frame back in.
Okay.
They said, but that didn't work out, and so I just have, snapped it. They said I used the gloves, so it didn't make that much noise.
You had gloves with you?
No, it was a glove inside the garage.
Oh, okay.
So just in case anything did happen, I didn't want to cut myself or anything. So I used to put the glove on the window, put the rod, snapped it, and it cracked. And then we just slowly, we didn't want to make too much noise. We just pried everything out and got through there. She knew. She told us there was a liquor in the basement. We went to the basement. I got myself a couple of shots. Make sure I didn't put my lips on nothing. I just, let it drip into my mouth. I wasn't wasted though, It was just a burning sensation, to keep me going, So I do it all the time. I always have some liquor, So by this time I was kind of,
Need more?
I'm okay for now. By this time, I thought the whole plan was just going there to get out, She took the crowbar,
Where was the crowbar?
The crowbar was of X.
In the garage?
Yeah.
Okay.
She took the crowbar and the hatchet. I guess she decided not to use a hatchet. By that time I wasn't really worried about her.
Where did she put the hatchet?
Okay. After
So you're down the basement. You poured
I poured in the bottle. Just not enough to get me wasted. Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels?
Yeah. I wanted to find the strength they had.
Yeah. That was from the bar, right?
Yeah, the bar here downstairs.
So you pour the Jack Daniels.
Pour the Jack Daniels down. Just nothing like a cupful,
Right.
If you put it, it's probably like a cupful. Yeah. The whole time, my whole goal was to go in there, pick the shit up.
You had the axe.
I had my axe on my shoulder.
And Tabitha had?
I guess at that time, she had a crowbar and a hatchet.
Down the basement.
Yeah. But I don't know if she put a hatchet down or I can't, I wasn't really worried about her.
You don't know what she dropped.
No, I wasn't really, at that time, she was out the picture, my whole goal was to go in there, skill up a little bit out of him, I know he was because he would never expect anyone to break into his house, from being such a big dude and having such a high reputation, so I knew he would be skilled off the bat, so I already knew I accomplished that part, and when we were down there, I told you what she was doing. I had no idea, I know she went to talk to pet her dogs or to do something, and that was another thing. We went in there too to get the dogs. She was not going to leave without I was really freaking much. So we got there and we finally went upstairs. We went to Tabitha's room. I sat down and took a deep breath. I guess Tabitha was right behind me at that time.
Okay, so you came up?
We came back up the stairs.
Stairs?
Yeah.
And you went directly upstairs?
We went directly upstairs, right. I looked around the house first, checked out. It was a pretty nice house. I didn't know why Tabitha wanted to leave it. It was a pretty nice house, but I can understand. So we sit down at Tabitha's bed, and I told Tabitha, I don't want you to do anything. Just let me do all the talking. You just stay behind me just in case he attacks. Or if he doesn't get enough balls to attack, I have enough time to at least knock him out. By that time, we got to it. But when we got to the bed, Richard was laying head towards the end, towards the door, and she was too, and I realized when I saw that
she was laying the same way?
Yeah, same way.
Had their head at the foot of the bed?
Yeah, feet of the bed, yeah.
Okay.
And
was he on his back or on his stomach?
On his side.
On his side.
On his
right side or
like this. Right. And by that time, I looked at Tabitha. Tabitha raised her crowbar and struck Sandra, and I saw Richard start getting up, and You know what I'm saying? By that time, my brain went on, you know, saying, on alert. And the first thing next thing I can remember is my ex coming down. And
You remember Richard?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I saw Richard like this, but he gets up, you know what I'm saying?
He got his head down on
he
it.
goes like this, right? And he looks at me. And I knew by that time if I didn't do nothing, you know what I'm saying? If I you know, waited, that he could, you know what I'm saying, do something. I didn't know if he was, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know. At this time, she didn't grab the pistol, you know what I'm saying? The pistol was still away.
Was it the pistol in the nightstand next to the bed?
Yeah.
A little short thing.
Yeah, it was inside. It was inside, you know. But I didn't say I knew this. You know, say I already knew from what I heard from him before. He always kept like a blade somewhere around him in his sleep. So I didn't want him to reach for a blade while I hesitated. So I thought if I hit him hard enough, I could put him out, you know, and then just leave. But when I hit him, he, you know, say he fell, and then he somehow got back up again, and I hit him again, and by that time, I guess that second blow would kill him. And I looked at him, you know, and I was thinking to myself, you know, this is definitely not how I planned it, you know what I'm saying? And I was looking at Tabitha like, what the you know what I'm saying? I told you.
What's Tabitha doing?
This time, I guess Sandra, she didn't kill her, you know?
Okay.
And she fell, she jumped out of bed, kind of like spiral, like, you know, jumped out and then on the floor. And Tabitha was over her wailing. Then I'm looking at her like, you know what I'm saying, and she's like, Carl, she killed her. And I'm telling Tabitha, you know what I'm saying, she's innocent, you know. I can't do it, you know. I can't kill her, you know. She didn't do nothing to me. And but I guess my brain went to the thought if I don't kill her, you know, now that she's thinking kill Richard, right? There's a witness, you know what I'm saying, off the bat.
So where was Sandy during this?
Sandy, after I hit him the first time. Okay, Tabitha was real on the bed. Tabitha hit her first. Okay.
Do you remember where Tabitha hit her at?
I think I told you I was my whole
right. You're focused on
Richard. But when I saw him come down, I think it's like on her chest. Okay, I'm not, because
Sandy's sitting up in bed at that time, or was she laying down?
Sandy was like, she was like this, okay, on her, you know what I'm saying,
on her
back. To the side,
okay,
back. And she comes down here. All I remember seeing is Tabitha had her crowbar come down.
What? While Sandy was sleeping?
Yeah. And my whole goal was to wake up Richard first, you know what I'm saying. I want to wake him up, you know what I'm saying, and then keeping the X close. And tell him, you know what I'm saying, just hit him a couple times and just tell him, you know what I'm saying, do this again, blah, 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 you know. But I didn't have time to do any of that because
Tabitha's already doing it.
Tabitha's already swinging, you know.
How many times do you think Tabitha hit Sandy before Richard woke up?
Maybe 2 times.
Maybe 2?
Maybe.
At least one.
I know at least one because, you know,
so he's on his side.
He's on his side. Right.
He opens his eyes and
he opens up and looks at me. And by this
you,
time, my plan was to like hit him hard enough.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm ambidextrous.
Okay, so you had the axe over your left
I had my
shoulder?
hand, yeah. I had him over my left shoulder because I hit better with my right. Okay, yeah, so I was like this, and I was only using one hand to hold it this time. You know? So the first time, I didn't go all the way back and hit him. I just, you know, say cocked him once, good one, you know what I'm saying? Just, and I thought maybe I'll knock him out, you know what I'm saying?
Where'd you hit him that time?
Probably like right on the shoulder, like right, maybe shoulder. I was not going to hit him on the head, you know what I'm saying? My whole goal was not to kill him, you know? So I hit him on the shoulder just to keep him down, you know? But he got back up again, and then before I knew it, I had both hands on it, you know what I'm saying? I switched hands and just came down.
Where'd you hit him that time?
Probably a couple inches above.
On the shoulders?
Yeah, a couple inches above where I hit him the first time. And the second blow, he was down, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I looked at him like, you know, so I looked at myself and I looked at him and I realized that, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, this was on my goal, you know what I'm saying? If I wanted to kill him, you know what I'm saying, I would use a gun, you know what I'm saying? But so I guess at this time, Sandra was out of bed at this time. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't standing up per se, but she was on the verge of getting up, you know.
Out of bed?
Yeah, she was on the floor.
She was about to stand up.
She was about to stand up.
Okay.
And but this time I remember that she Tabitha saying that she had a gun, a revolver, and she had like knives under the bed.
Okay.
So I had a choice between just leaving and saying and just bouncing before she can reach for a gun or the knife and hurting both of us, you know what I'm saying? And this time I thought I was just going to knock her out, you know what I'm saying? So I put the axe back, and I made sure I didn't hit her with a short part, you know. I wanted to hit her with the flat end of the hammer, of the axe. So I came in, hit her once, and she fell over. And I kept telling her I don't want to hurt you, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing, you know what I'm saying? You're not a problem to me, you know. And Tabitha's in the background, kill her, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She was with him, she's worthless like he is, you know. And I seen her reach under the bed for some, and Sandy reached under the bed, and at that point I decided to just hit her again, you know what I'm saying? Just put her on coat, you know, and then get the out of it, you know. And at that point, my whole goal was to say to Georgia, to say I was going to go to North Carolina, yeah, jump on a plane, go to Brazil. Okay.
So did you hit her again?
I hit her again.
Where'd you hit her?
But like running, like on the back of her head, and that's when I realized that I hit her with a sharp end, and that's when I froze up on myself, you know, because I realized what I just did.
Did Tabitha keep hitting her?
Nah, Tabitha backed up.
Okay.
And she was back. By this time, when I hit her again, Tabitha was reaching, going through the house, you know, going in the room, grabbing all the jewelry, like that.
Grabbing Sandy's jewelry?
Yeah, she can pawn, you know. And after Sandy was down, I for like 5-10 minutes, I just looked at her, you know, Sandy. And I was holding her head, looking at her, just like, I just killed someone innocent, you know, just looking at her. And I say, like, it's not my first time seeing someone die. And I say, it's not my first time, you know, saying being around someone who get killed.
But you didn't intend for her to get hurt.
No, my whole intention was to scare him off and try to get her to leave him. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew, you know what I'm saying, I knew what she was doing for, you know what I'm saying, I knew the only reason why she was for her was to get the checks, you know. And my whole goal was, after I knocked his ass out, you know what I'm saying, was to tell her, say, you better off leaving, because now, you know what I'm saying, my people realize what happened, my people will come after you too, you know. And I knew, you know what I'm saying, some of my people are still probably out there looking for arrest, you know what I'm saying, for a family. That's, you know what I'm saying, I call some of my people, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to give you any names, you know, but I called some of them, told them not to do anything, you know what I'm saying, to just let it ride.
They were smart.
And
no need for more people to get hurt, right?
Yes.
So afterwards, what happened?
I went after I realized what I did. I went back to the basement. I drank some more liquor. And this time my whole attempt was to get up. You know, hopefully maybe I'll forget.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And
where was Tabitha?
She was still in the room searching. You know. And I decided at this point I went back upstairs. Telephone's going through all the drawers, pulling it all out. You know, with a bag. You know what I'm saying, with jewelry. I watched her.
What kind of bag, do you remember?
Just like one of those bags like this.
A garbage bag?
It was like a grocery bag. Like a grocery bag. So you get from like Walgreens.
Giant or
something like that. And she was just putting it in there. She was throwing me jewelry that I can keep. You know what I'm saying? I kept throwing it back to her. Like, I don't want none of his shit. You know, I just killed him. You know, so I don't need none of his shit. I don't need to say I don't need to be wearing something to remind me that I killed him. Um, uh, at that point, we went to the house. She grabbed a pistol. I took the pistol, put the pistol in my pocket. I thought it might be useful. In case anything happens. I knew the type of guy he was, and I didn't know if he still had people. And I thought, shit, I don't have a gun. I knew now. Now I do. So if anyone does come after me, I can shoot. Only 6 shots. So or around it. I mean, I don't really know. Um,
Did you shoot the gun at all in the house?
I did. I was in Tabitha's room, and the way the gun looked, it kind of looked fake. It didn't look fake, but it was so old that I didn't even.
Where were you? Let's back up 1 second. You're down in the basement. You go back up.
Where was the axe?
At
that time?
At that time, I was still holding it.
Okay.
At that time, I was still
So you go back upstairs.
Tabitha's
in their bedroom.
Yeah, Tabitha's in the bedroom. This time, she's still like kind of laughing, like how you like that, motherfucker, Now look what this done to you, just like that, and I went downstairs. I think like I almost drowned a bottle of it. It was like a full bottle at the time.
Of what?
Of Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels again?
Yeah. I think I almost like drowned it, and I went back up. I was like, okay, we got to bounce, get the out of here,
When did she give you the gun?
She gave me the gun right after I got back up.
When you came up?
Yeah, when I came up, like, this is the room, my bed here, and she was over here, but she kind of ran over here and went through it. She's like, Carlos, here's this. And I took the gun, and I looked at it, and I thought about it, and I was like, okay, put that in my pocket. And then she started giving me jewelry she had in her pocket, like her father's and grandfather's and like that. And I tell Tabitha,
and you still got the axe over your shoulder, right?
No, I'm holding
You're
it
holding
like this.
your right hand?
Yeah, and I'm like, let's go, this time I'm pissed at her for making me do this, because I told her before my whole goal was not to kill him. So, I was saying to myself like, dog, I already knew we were, and she's laughing, saying, look what this nigga did to you, you did say that he could kill you, and now I'm getting, now at this point I'm getting pissed that she's still calling me, but I thought we got it, down pat, but I'm not for that, call me or something, but
Just get it right.
Yeah, by this point I was really pissed off at this. I was getting pissed off at her because she f***ed up my whole, my whole idea, my whole plan. I told her not to do shit.
Right.
And she did something, and it went down completely. I knew what we were doing was illegal in the first place, but I knew most of it can get maybe a couple of years,
All you wanted to do was scare him.
Yeah, all I wanted to do was scare the shit out of him,
He have to fix it up by hitting Sandy with a crowbar first, right?
Yeah. Like, but that, after she hit him, I was kind of like, my choices was limited, like,
right.
My choices are extremely limited, I knew that, I had...
You had to do what you had to do.
I had 2 choices. I let it go and start a war, with my people, him, or, kill him, So,
you're in the bedroom, she hands you the gun. Stick it in your pocket.
I stick it in my pocket, And then finally, after 20 minutes,
filling up the bags.
Yeah, she filled up a bag. She kept telling me, go through everything, whatever you like, take it. It's yours. I didn't take it, I just let her do all the grabbing. She knew everything was in the first place, so,
what did you do?
I was watching her, And finally, I took the gun back out, and I looked at the gun, and I was like, it doesn't look real, because the way it was shaped, and I guess I'm so used to 9mm and that, but seeing an old-fashioned gun like that it's kind of funny to me. And I cocked it back, and I aimed it at the wall towards Tabitha's room, and I pressed the trigger, and I heard a bang, and I dropped the gun like, it's real, and I looked at it again, and...
Were you in Tabitha's room?
I was on the hallway.
When you tested it, you were in the hallway?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is Tabitha's room. I was probably like right
You
there.
come down from Richard's room, go down 2 steps.
Yeah, I was at the frame.
So you were in the doorway.
Yeah,
Okay.
and let's say Tabitha was away, so I knew that the bullet couldn't hit her at all.
So if you're in the doorway, did you aim the gun to the left or the right?
Towards the closet?
No, towards the wall. Towards the picture. It was like a picture, like a singer or some type of white woman on the wall. And I aimed it there because I didn't think it was real, so I didn't think it was really. You know, saying I was expected to hear a click. You know, say, but I heard a bang instead. You know, saying that's when I dropped the gun. And,
Scared the right?
yeah, so, you know, saying that time I kind of laughed to myself like, you be, you know.
That's real, yeah.
Yeah, so I picked the gun back up and she threw me a holster. Some gun holster was made for it. I put the holster on, and I was laughing at myself like, you know what, I just need a suit and an Italian accent, I'm good to go. You know?
What kind of holster? Like a shoulder holster?
Shoulder, yeah, around here, and it goes around the back.
Oh, okay.
Like this, and just one small,
Right.
And I was kind of at that point. I thought it was better off for me to start to laugh instead of keep thinking about it because I knew I was gonna drive myself mad that way.
Right.
So we went back down there.
Whose idea was it to take the cars?
Tabitha's idea. At that time, I believe.
How long after you shot the picture did Tabitha come out of the room?
Seconds.
Second. When she heard the gunshot?
Yeah. She heard a gunshot. She looked at me, and she looked at her picture. She was pissed off that I think it was Mariah.
Okay.
Mariah picture. And she was all pissed that I ruined her picture of Mariah. And I told her I don't give a f about that bitch. You know?
Did she take it?
What?
Did she take the picture or?
No, she left the picture on the wall. We only took 2 pictures out there. We took the picture of Tony Montana, you know, because I like to act, you know what I'm saying? And Rocky Marciano down the basement, the boxer, you know what I'm saying? I love boxing. And
He's a hell of a boxer.
And so you know, saying I took those pictures. Those are the 2 things I did take from my house and the gun, you know. I had the money in the money. I had the money in my hand.
Now, where did the money come from?
The money was on the like a little stool type thing next to the bed, just laying on top of it. $600, like $620, $630. And I decided that if we're going to get the car, we need to split this money up so we can put gas in the cars, get food, like that. So we went down to the kitchen, opened and sat down. I put the axe on the table. By this time, I wrapped the axe up.
In what?
Just the metal piece. I put a bag around it.
What kind of bag?
Just regular,
Giant needle bag?
bag. Yeah.
Grocery store bag?
Yeah. We wrapped it up. I was getting sick, seeing the blood. And every time I looked at it, it pissed me off. I did it.
That happened.
And
What about the crowbar?
crowbar, I think she might have been. I think she left it upstairs, and then went upstairs and grabbed it. I mean, I can't. By this time, everything was going so fast.
Do you remember her coming down with it? Do you remember her coming downstairs with the crowbar or the hatchet?
Yeah, by this time, I can't.
Did you guys take the crowbar with you in the cars?
Yes. I decided I didn't think it'd be a smart idea for me to keep those. I decided I wanted to burn down the building. I was like, you know what, you know.
Is that why the gas can was moved in the
but
garage?
I took a gas can up, I was about to burn it, and then I decided better of it. You know, I decided we already f***ed up once, we don't need to keep f***ing up again, you know. So I brought the gas can up first, I brought it with me to the kitchen, and I said no. So I took the gas can back out, and put it back in the garage. I can't remember where I put it, so I just put it down. You know, you probably saw the wind charm down. I took the wind charm down because I didn't want to make any noise. This is before all of that. You know what I'm saying? This is when
When you guys went into the garage and got the axe and hatchet.
You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to scare the shit out of him. I wasn't expecting all of this to go down.
So,
So whose idea was it to get the cars?
You come
It
downstairs.
it was her idea. I wanted to get the cars. I wanted to get the cars, but I didn't think it was smart because I didn't know what cars was registered to. But she kept insisting that the cars under her name. So if we get pulled over, and she has the paper, so I was like, okay, the car's under her name. I mean, what? I mean,
Girls, back up for me, please. Just to the, you came down, you're at the kitchen table. You put the axe on the table, you cover it up. Then what happens?
I count the money. I count 640 bucks, maybe. I took 300 and I gave her the rest. Because I knew she had Jason. You know what I'm saying? I knew. By this time, Jason didn't know what we were doing.
Right.
Jason had only idea he had is Tabitha told her that told him that we were about to go get the cars, be back in a half hour. So Jason didn't know nothing. You know what I'm saying?
So you're at the table, you counted the money.
Counted the money. I gave her share. I took mine. The whole time up there. Saying it's up. Just I could get money. But I guess we needed a time.
Right.
Well,
How long were you in the kitchen?
20 minutes, maybe.
Talking?
She was talking mostly.
What was she saying?
She's like, see, I told you it was going to feel so good, and this and that, and I'm looking at her. By this time, I'm just listening to her, if you don't shut the f*** up, there's going to be 3 dead people in this house, But I never told her that, but I just nodded my head.
Was she talking fast? Was it like she up?
Yeah,
she got a rush on it.
She was bouncing around, she wasn't sitting down. I was the one sitting down. She was bouncing around the kitchen, looking at, figure out she can take that's worth it. She was talking about taking the China, and I the whole time, man, that's why, like, we don't need China. We're gonna do with it, She goes around. She's like, okay, I need to get my high school diploma and this and that. But we stayed there for a good hour and a half now. I wanted to get out, but I wasn't going to leave her behind.
Did you stay at the table the whole time?
I followed her. Wherever she went up, I went up with her. But we left the X on the table. Okay, I left at this point.
And you don't remember where the crowbar and the hatchet were?
I couldn't tell you that. Okay. I wish I could.
Because you were there, I wasn't, so that's how
I wish I could tell you, but at this point, I was more worried about myself.
Right.
And what I was about to do. And this is my first time, killing somebody in the I probably killed people in Brazil. And actually, when I shot him, and ran. But this is my first time actually being face to face with someone and being, killing them. So my brain's kind of really like, I was kind of praying to myself, like, what the f,
So, after she gets her diploma and everything.
Okay, after she gets her diploma, we go back downstairs, I grab a different bottle, I drink that bottle.
You went down to the basement.
Yeah, so altogether, I probably drink about 3 bottles.
Bottle of what?
The first bottle was a bottle of Jack Daniels, 151, and some pirate drink, dude wearing red suit and one
Captain Morgan.
Yeah, that dude. And but I didn't like
Spice
that.
rum.
But I drank a little bit of that, and she's like, yeah, just bring the bottles with you, we can be drinking out of the way. And that time I was like, okay, we could do that because I know I'm going to want to get stuck because I just did. So we put the bottles in there. That's when I saw a picture in a big black garbage bag.
Black garbage
bag?
bag?
Because she wanted to bring adult food, she wanted to bring adult food. That's when, probably at that point, I saw a picture of Rocky Marciano. And I looked at him and like, I need to take that picture there, because him and Ali have been my 2 favorites,
Right.
So I took that picture, I looked at it, when we went back upstairs, because she found a little key, and she had a safe, like a little safe thing.
A little box?
Yeah, and she's like, hey, we might have money in there. I was like, you do what you do, I'm I'm gonna stay down here with the supply of liquor and wake me up, you know, if I pass out. You know what I'm saying? By that time, so after like a couple seconds, she started heading up, and I just had to go up with her. We left her bag down there. So after this point, she was basically in control because she knew what she wanted. I didn't know she was on the house, you know. I just knew we needed to get the out of it. We probably caused a lot of noise, you know, and I just wanted, like, you know, so I just wanted to get the out, you know.
You know what she got out of the box, out of the safe?
I don't think she got that much, you know. I know when I went up there and I looked through the safe, there was nothing but like reports, checks. I mean, I went through it just to see, you know what I'm saying, but I just, you know, so I can't really tell you what all she got out of it, you know.
How long was she upstairs and you were in the basement drinking?
Yeah. I mean, she was not that long. I mean, I was in the for a very long time. I mean, after she left, I didn't want to be in the dead man's house by myself, right. You know. So I took another sip and put the capsule bottle back in the bag, and I rushed up after, you know. And by this point,
the empty Jack Daniels bottle, did you leave that at the house?
No, I took that with me.
Took that with you?
Yeah.
All the bottles you drank with you took?
I took everything. We took all the bottles that was half full, or the bottles that we touched.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I told her I didn't want to say. I didn't know how much. By that point, I didn't realize how much shit I was been touching with our gloves, you know. And so at that point, I realized how much shit I probably had been touching with gloves. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take everything I touch. So a lot of it we probably found was probably, you know, saying it was worthless, but just touch, you know. And my whole goal was, you know, saying when we get to Burnsville, I was going to make a fire. All that shit in there, you know. I knew Burnsville, most of the way you warm up, and, you know, say is by fire, you know, saying, because, you know, say it's a redneck town.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, so you're at the house. You're done, so you come up from the basement.
Yeah, by this time, I guess she knew I was going to follow her. So she was up there already, you know, and she waited for me, and she opened the safe, and I was looking around, and she poured everything. I think she poured a lot of it out, not everything. And that's when I saw the checks, you know, saying, like a whole stack of checks, you know. And I picked the checks up, and I look at them, and, you know, saying, I'm thinking to myself, like, what the f***, you know, he didn't put these checks in the, you know, saying.
What kind of checks were they?
Just regular checks, you know. So like hardware, like that.
Oh, that he wrote?
Yeah, cancel checks.
I think so. But, I mean, I didn't look at it and read everything on it. I just looked at it and flipped it back to see if anything was on it, you know what I'm saying, like if it was endorsed.
Right.
Because I remember my mom always telling me never endorse a check because they could use it as money.
Right.
So I was like, maybe it's, you know, saying endorse the checks and put it in a safe for later, you know. And when I looked at the checks, I all saw the stamp, you know what I'm saying, but I didn't know the stamp was like an endorsement or nothing, or what, I didn't know what it meant, you know what I'm saying. I'm not really good at that shit, so I was like, you know what, you don't even check, so it caused any more trouble if you are off. So after that, I mean, we went back and forth in the house for a long period of time. By the time we got out, it was hitting daybreak, you know. But you know what I'm saying, it was just, we went in there. She still kept talking about how you like this, you know what I'm saying, and I stepped on the cell phone at that point. I stepped on the cell phone, I looked at the cell phone, and
That was up in the bedroom.
Yeah, at that point I stepped on the cell phone, I looked at the cell phone, I broke it in half, and I threw it at him.
You remember what color it was?
Like, probably this color, dark, maybe like, this color.
Like blue?
Darker, yeah.
Darker blue?
Yeah, small. You know,
it was on the floor, and you stepped on it?
I was on the floor, I stepped on, I looked down, and I picked up the cell phone. I didn't go through it enough, and I just snapped it, and I threw it. And at this point,
remember where you threw it?
I threw it like on top of him.
On top of him?
Yeah. But at this point, he fell out the bed. You know what I'm saying? But when he fell out the bed, we were downstairs, and investigators lived without me. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe I thought maybe he woke up, and now he's, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna realize what happened. And I went back upstairs. I took the gun out of my pocket and I cocked that gun back. So now this time I knew the gun was real. So I cocked back. When I got there, his legs was like kind of like up, and he was like on his neck. You know, and I looked at him. I was like, he's dead. You know, like I was kind of hoping he wasn't. You know.
Did you hit him again with anything just to make sure?
No. After I saw him laying, the way he was laying, you know what I'm saying, with his heart problem and breathing problem, I was like, even for me, it's gonna be hard as hell to breathe like that for 45 minutes. You know. So I didn't say by that point I didn't want to touch him. You know, I didn't want to look at him. I didn't want to do nothing. You know.
Now, how many times do you remember hitting him?
2.
With the axe? Twice?
Twice, exactly.
Okay.
How many times she hit her?
Well, I mean, he was hit more than twice.
Nah, I can only remember coming down twice. Twice on his neck.
Did she hit him at all?
She might have when I went downstairs to drink. You know, just as revenge type. But you know, I can't say that. But when I hit him with 2 times, by that time I knew he was gone.
Did you ever hit him in the face?
No, I didn't touch. After he fell, and after I realized when he got back up the second time, and I hit him again, it was the second time I hit him, and he was down. I let it be. Maybe he was. I thought maybe he was knocked out, or maybe he was dead.
You remember when you walked in, what shoulder was he laying on? Left or right?
This is the bed. This is where his head is.
This way.
So he's on his right shoulder?
Yeah.
With his head at the foot of the bed?
Yeah, his face is towards me.
Okay,
Because when he woke up, he saw me. He didn't have to. I'm saying he had to turn around like this. When he
the
woke
first
back
time you had the axe over your left shoulder.
Yeah.
The first time, where did you hit him?
I was here, and when I guess she was Sandra was like this, and she came down this way, like right between.
Sandra was on her back.
Yeah, on her back.
So she hit her right between the breasts?
I think right between. I mean, I can't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he was looking. He looked at me when I guess she felt a vibration or something. He looked at me. That's when I came down the first time. Well, the first time I didn't really come all the way back.
From your right shoulder or your left shoulder?
This, you know what I'm saying?
So you changed hands, right?
Yeah, I switched and I came like that, but I hit him with I hit him like in the shoulder part, you know what I'm saying? And I looked back and he didn't move for a second, and I saw him come back up again. That's when I came down a little bit harder.
And where'd you hit him at that time?
Probably a couple inches above his shoulder, from the same, like a little bit above, you know. Probably like where his shoulder and the neck meets.
Yeah.
Right there.
And you don't remember hitting him any more than that?
Yeah. But at that time, he didn't move, you know. And so I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying?
And he was still on the bed?
Yeah, he was still on the bed this time. And then that's when she was going through it. But after I hit her, Sandra was still up, you know, still alive.
Sitting up? Or did she try to stand up?
She tried to stand up. She was trying to reach for something, you know, but at that point, you know what I'm saying, her reachability wasn't, she couldn't get anywhere, you know, by the way that
was she on all fours or on her knees?
Like on her butt, kind of like getting up, like she was like this.
Okay, and that's the bed there.
This is the bed here, yeah. But she was on the other side, so she was getting right there. And she was getting up, and then Tabitha was above her, gets wailing down. And but this time I saw her go all the way down like this, reaching for something. That's when I came down.
The axe.
Yeah. And
Could we back up for 1 second? When you went to the house originally, the third time, who unscrewed the spotlights?
she did.
Tabitha did?
Yeah. She handed me, actually, she unscrewed it, she handed me the spotlights.
And what did you do with them?
I just put them down.
Okay. Did you take anything out of the garage?
Just an axe.
Did you throw anything out the windows?
We threw the axe and all that stuff out the window. I mean, we didn't throw it out the window. That little flower thing, we took that off because I figured that my fat ass is gonna be hard to climb over that and all that he had. So we yanked that off.
Did you take anything else out of the garage?
Axe, the hatchet, some screwdrivers, like that, you know.
Anything else?
I think maybe like a rusted ass machete.
Machete?
You know what I'm saying? I was going to keep a machete. I love machetes. You know what I'm saying? In Brazil, I got a whole bunch,
Right.
like thousands of different machetes.
Anything else you take out of the garage?
I was going to take the rope. I was going to think my whole plan was if that didn't work out, I was going to
Tie him up.
I was going to tie him up. You know what I'm saying? Him still alive and tie Sandra up.
What were you going to do with the screwdrivers?
Unscrew the door. You know what I'm saying? I know how to break and enter.
Right. Try to.
So I was just saying I was going to do that, but
Okay, so you took the screwdrivers. Remember how many?
maybe two,
Maybe two.
maybe two.
Then the machete.
Machete.
What did the machete look like? You remember? I know it was dark.
One handle, rusted ass blade.
The blade was all rusty, right?
Yeah, dogs and more.
No. Anything else?
A hatchet, the axe, a crowbar, Pepsi.
Pepsi. Okay. Now going back into the house now. After, you know, you walk in the room, she's going through the safety box. You look at the checks.
Yeah, we look at the checks, and now I put the check back down and I realized there's no use taking the checks.
Right. Is there any cash in there?
No.
No cash.
No cash. Basically, I think the whole thing was like paperwork. You know,
Safe.
yeah, basically all paperwork. I mean, I didn't really go. All I went through is just my whole goal was just check if there was any money in there. When I didn't find any money in there, I wasn't interested in it.
Right.
You know, Tabitha was still. You know what I'm saying? I guess Tabitha was looking for an ID. You know, and she found it, I guess, but she didn't find it in the safe. We went through the other drawers, found more jewelry, threw that in the bag. Found a pill of really like pure gold, like old revolver type. They weren't real, you know. They're complete. Everything was made out of gold, and just. But I'd seen it before, you know what I'm saying? I've seen my people have a couple of them like on the walls, and I knew it came up to like $400 or $500 each, you know. And I knew some people would buy it for like a couple of grand, you know. So we could sell that for about like $2 each, you know. Pure gold. You know. For gun. Whole bunch of watches.
Those are all put in the grocery bag?
Yeah. She, you know what I'm saying? But this time I was kind of confused what we were about to do, you know what I'm saying? Because my whole plan was up, you know what I'm saying? My whole plan was to go to my brother's car, get his car. You know what I'm saying? Even if I got caught, you know what I'm saying? I knew I'd get caught, you know what I'm saying? Driver's license, you know what I'm saying? And at least I'll have you know what I'm saying? My brother can tell him, you know what I'm saying? Jamal can tell him that it's his car, you let me use it, you know? So that part we'd be safe about, you know what I'm saying? I would get arrested for driving without a license, you know? And maybe breaking and entry. Yeah, that's my whole goal. If we got caught, it would be getting caught for breaking and entry, driving without a license, you know?
So, going back to that, we did the watches and everything. What else did you get? Do you remember?
I know she found some jewelry of her mother's, and I know Tabitha was really close to her real mom. She took that jewelry. She said she didn't want to leave that behind. Some grandmother's, I think.
Then what did you do?
At this time, I just watched her do all this, you know.
You said you were in there for a couple hours?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was checking everything out too, you know what I'm saying? I was curious what he had, you know. It's jewelry, you know what I'm saying? I'm like the raccoon, anything shiny, I want it, you know. So I was looking at it, you know, I didn't pick none of it up, you know. But because I told myself, I told her I'm not wearing none of that. Because she kept asking me, do I want this? You know, yeah, go pick up. I think like Rolex, gold Rolex watch that I really wanted. But I told myself I'm not gonna wear it because I'm not going to have look at that. You know.
Right. You want to put it behind you.
Yeah. So it's just it's my partner Richard. I understood why I did it, but I think just that pissed me off the whole time. It's Sandra.
Right. You're saying your number.
I told Tabitha don't harm her. Don't touch her. Sandra's ready to be skilled. Seeing me inside of her house over over Richard. So I know Sandra, it won't be a smart idea for her to react. And I knew that most people, react, something like that, react time is slower. Usually because fear gets them before thought.
I want to make sure that I understand what you said. Is you went into the room and you were standing over Richard and Tabitha hit Sandy.
Tabitha hit Sandy first.
Okay. And then Richard got up and you whacked him.
Yeah, when Richard looked at me, like my brain froze, like right. I wasn't just going to let him get up and
you're like, oh, now I got to do something.
Yeah, I wasn't going to let him get up and give him enough time to grab a gun or a knife and
so you whacked him a couple times and he went.
I whacked him once and he fell, and for a split second I thought maybe I'd done the job. I thought maybe okay, he's knocked out. Good. We're cool. He won't get back up again. Especially with the trouble he has. There's gonna be a lot to get back up. He got back up again. I was like, okay, I'm gonna whack him one more time, knock his ass out. Boom. By that time he stopped moving. I didn't touch him. I didn't. She kept telling me check his pulse and and see if he's still alive. I was like, I'm not gonna touch him.
Now, how could she be telling you to do that if she's in a fight with Sandra?
I mean, this is afterwards. After both of us, she kept. After that, she told me to. After I hit Sandra enough, she's like, go check if those two still alive.
Okay, so let's back up. After you're done, you hit her dad twice. Sandra's not getting up even after Tabitha thumped her.
Yeah.
Crowbar.
I mean, I guess she didn't thump her that good. I mean, I know at first.
So then you came and you hit her with the axe.
Yeah, I mean,
where'd you hit her at?
Probably like in the back of the head.
In the back of the head.
Between the ears.
Did she fall over? What happened?
After I hit her the first time, she didn't move. She just stayed there. I mean, I hit her hard enough that the axe went in.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of blood on the back wall and on the closet, including looks like some marks on the wall and on the door as well.
Do you remember a hole being put in the wall by the closet?
Hole? Like how big?
Like maybe from the hatchet coming down along the wall, the axe.
Did you miss it all? You tried to hit her?
I might have. I mean.
Did Tabitha miss it all?
I know Tabitha missed it other times.
She did?
Yeah, I know Tabitha was using one hand just. After she used both hands for her first hit.
Stand up and show us how Tabitha was swinging.
Like she first goes this way.
That was the first time.
Yeah, with two hands. And then after I hit Richard 2 times, and I think Tabitha was just going like this. So just swinging, open to hit.
And you remember how Sandy was?
Yeah, I know Sandy kept moving back. I think Sandy moved to a wall, and then she might have got hit there. And then by the time I got to Sandy, she moved herself to the bed, going closer to the bed.
So Sandy, when Tabitha was hitting her, Sandy moved to her
the first time you did Sandy, was she standing or was she on the ground?
She was on her knees.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to get you to. Tabitha hits her once in the chest. Does she sit up?
She kind of like flipped herself out of bed. She just pushed herself off the bed, and then by this time I was looking at Richard, and then when I saw her, I guess she was close. She was at the wall, and when I looked at Tabitha, she was swinging, And
how was Sandy? Was she on her knees or?
like on her butt against the wall, like
She's on the floor.
Yeah.
Or sitting down.
Yeah, and
By the closet door.
Yeah. No. She never got to a closet.
We went to the right of the bed.
Okay, this is the bed, right? There was a wall here and a wall here, a window.
Yeah.
And then she was at the wall, like right here. And then when I got to her, she moved over here, told her to go under the bed. That's okay. But when she got under the bed, that's when I had whacked her once.
And she didn't move at all after
After that, she didn't move. And that's when I realized what I did. You know what I'm saying? I hit her. You know, innocent person. And that's when I looked at, when it took me, you know, saying, I knew the X would in her because I had to yank the X out, you know. And by that point, Tabitha was, you know, laughing and saying, yeah, you know, you like that, you know, and eventually she went to her father and, how you like that, and then you could just beat the shit out of you, you know. And by this point, I just wanted to tell her to shut the f up, you know. But I couldn't really talk.
Who covered him up?
Frank Meyer fell over. When he fell over, I took a whole sheet with him. None of us touched none of them when we were dead.
Do you remember who put clothes on top of him, or?
Oh yeah, she when she was going through it, she was throwing on top of him.
Oh.
You know, so when she was going through it, she was just throwing on top of him like, here's your shit, here's all your shit, we don't need it, you know. But you know, I didn't touch none of them after that shit happened because I realized what I just did, you know. And I was very pissed at myself.
So after the safety deposit box, what do you guys do then?
We went to a closet. She went to a closet to she said there was like a secure, like a fan on top of it you can move.
Which closet?
Closet closer to the door.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
In the bedroom.
Yeah.
In Richard's bedroom.
And she said that there was like something you could pull up that you can't see. Because the way the wall is made, you pull up and move to the side. And she thought maybe something back there, you know, more money, or.
Was there?
We never got to that point.
You never looked in there?
No. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to climb up and reach it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I told her, you know what I'm saying? There's something up there. It could be up there. You know.
Right.
She wanted to pick them up and put them in there. You know.
Put them up there in the cross.
She wanted to do that. And I told her I'm not going to pick that. You know what I'm saying? This fat ass up there. You know what I'm saying? Put it up there. First of all.
Tabitha wanted to hide Richard in the crawl space?
Both of them, yeah.
And Sandra?
Yeah. And I told her I'm not going to pick them up. I'm not going to touch them. You know what I'm saying? It's bad enough for what we did, you know. But
then what did you do?
By that time basically it was just search, you know what I'm saying? Search for anything, you know what I'm saying?
Anything of value?
You know. It was kind of, at that point, you know what I'm saying, what I knew what to do, you know what I'm saying? I knew I wasn't going to touch it, you know what I'm saying? But Tabitha kept asking me if I wanted, you know what I'm saying? He had a whole bunch of suits, you know what I'm saying? Nice suits, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't touch none of that. One thing I touched in there was, you know what I'm saying, like with jewelry. And I touched like a Rolex watch, you know, looked at that. The liquor, the weapons, the window. You know.
Tabitha touched the spotlights, right?
Yeah, she climbed up on I don't know, something, and turned both of them. And I touched Dad when she put him down. Yeah, and when she handed it to me, I put that down. You know.
If you didn't go through after the crawl space, after she tells you about the hidden crawl space, what do you guys do then?
I contemplated on going up there, you know, but I decided not to, you know, because first of all I had to climb up there.
Right.
That's going to be more work for me.
So you didn't go up there.
No, we didn't touch it.
What do you do then?
Kept going under. She kept going in there, you know what I'm saying, searching for.
In the closet.
Yeah. After the closet, we went to. I never dressed her, but that dress was all full of Sandra's clothes, you know, underwear, shit like that. And I definitely didn't want to go through that. when we went again to the other closet, not closet, but like dresser, looked in there, all his. That's when we found the golden guns.
Okay.
And I touched that. I picked one up. I saw how much it cost. For a second I didn't know what it was till I recognized the same what they were. You know, like antiques, shit like that. So I already knew people who buy it. You know what I'm saying? I was contemplating on burning down a house, you know, but I decided not to. And at this point, I was contemplating just this. You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking I was just going to stay at the house and wait for you to come. But
Waiting for us to come?
yeah, that's what was going through my mind at the time. Just like, you know, be ready. But I didn't want her to think that I'm going back out. So that's when she started talking about, let's go. I'll go downstairs, get the keys for the car, you know. And we got the keys. I put the keys.
You both go downstairs together?
Yeah.
Where'd you get the keys from?
In the kitchen, the hooks.
Hook in the kitchen?
Yeah, I guess it's by the refrigerator.
Okay. What door did you go out of?
The front.
You went out the front door?
On the front door is, I think she relocked the front door. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why, because we already up a house. I already knew if anyone walked past it, it would look suspicious. With a flower bed down, you know what I'm saying, a whole bunch of shit on the ground. That's when we went back down to the basement, grabbed the dogs. We let the dog run around the house for a while. Make sure the dog didn't go upstairs and nothing. Kept, you know what I'm saying, went through some more shit, you know what I'm saying. By that point, she wanted to look for like ID, birth certificate, like that.
Right.
So I just basically, I followed her, you know what I'm saying, look for that.
So you got the car keys now?
Yeah. I mean, we had the car keys. You know what I'm saying? We had the car keys early, you know what I'm saying? Like right after we killed.
Oh, okay, you grabbed the keys right after you killed them?
Yeah. Because my plan was, you know what I'm saying, after we did that, I was like, let's get the out of it. We got the keys, we got the money, you know what I'm saying? We got your dogs, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to do anything about it, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to get up and tell us to stop, so let's get the fuck out of here. And she just still kept persisting and looking for more. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got a car key before I even counted the money out, you know what I'm saying?
Why was your shirt and Tabitha's shirt found outside?
I was wearing a bright colored shirt in the beginning, right? I was wearing two shirts, right? I was wearing a green and yellow shirt, Brazilian color. You know what I'm saying? Most of the shirts I try to wear, you know what I'm saying? I don't usually try to wear all one color. I guess she didn't want any blood on it. I don't know. I had my shirt off anyway. You know what I'm saying? I had been shirt off when the cops came to talk to me the first time. My shirt was off. So I told Jason to hold my other shirt. You know.
What color was that?
It was a green and yellow.
Okay.
I don't know what he did with it. You know.
The one we found at the house, how did it get in the shrubs?
The gray shirt.
The gray shirt. That's the third time we walked back up there. I was holding this shirt, you know. He probably found a black knife. You know what I'm saying? That's a knife I carry with me all the time. You know what I'm saying?
That's a knife you carry with you all the time?
Yeah. If I don't carry a gun.
How did her top get wrapped in there?
She didn't. I guess she didn't want to walk around with her top, you know, because I don't know what was going through her mind, but she took off her top and walked around with bro. And
walked around where?
Rough around the house with bro.
Whose idea was that?
Hers. You know what I'm saying? I had my shirt off already, you know. So
this is when when you went into the house, you had your shirt off and she had her shirt off.
Yeah, when we started, I was shirtless.
Okay.
I've been shirtless for hours before that. You know what I'm saying? I was shirtless during the fight.
Okay.
You know, so.
Which time did you drop the hat? You went to the house wearing a hat?
Yeah, I was wearing the black and white one.
Yeah.
Black and gray. That's Jason's hat. I was wearing his black hat.
You were wearing that when you went to deliver the phone the first time?
Yeah.
Did you lose it when you were running away?
Yeah, I threw that down.
Oh, okay.
I had a knife. I was reaching before. I was about to reach for a knife, and I decided not to, you know. And I had a feeling that the cops was going to come check it out, so I threw the knife down with it.
Well, when we found it,
And then when I came back up, I took the knife back up, wrapped the knife around, I don't know, the finger in the shirt.
inside her shirt and your shirt.
Yeah, and put the shirt down, and the hat was right there, so we said, you know, so we just kept the hat there, you know. I was really thinking of the hat because it wasn't mine, so I was like, you know what.
What point did you guys leave the house? How much longer?
Had to be during day breaks, so probably like 5:30.
And what did you, obviously you left the jewelry.
Yeah, we threw all the jewelry in the back
What
of
did you-
my back of a
Did you
Corvette.
take the axe and the crowbar with you?
Threw that in the back of a Corvette.
What, the crowbar or the axe?
Both.
Both the axe and the crowbar?
Yeah.
Thrown in the back of the Corvette? Okay, how were they parked in the driveway?
Corvette was behind the truck.
So the truck was closer to the street or the Corvette was closer to the street?
Corvette was closer to the house.
Closer to the garage door?
Yeah.
So as you pull in, there's a Corvette and then the truck?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she pulled out first, and then
What did she drive?
She drove a truck,
Okay.
and then I drove a Corvette.
Okay. And you had put both the axe and the crowbar in the back of the Corvette?
By that time, both of those were wrapped. Or just an axe was, but you know what I'm saying?
Did you wrap the crowbar at all?
No, I didn't think it was.
How many bags of jewelry did you walk out of the house with?
One big ass, you know what I'm saying? The bag was filled to the top with.
One green garbage bag? Or?
The garbage bag was filled with liquor, with black. It was filled with liquor. Dog food. I don't know what else she put in there.
And how many small bags?
One small.
Is that inside the big black bag? Or?
No.
That's separate?
Yeah. It was the black bag and then the white bag. White.
So two bags.
Two bags together.
And you put those both in the truck. And then what did you do?
We drove back to Storehaven, picked up Jason.
At Arcady's vacant house.
Yeah, and I told Jason, I didn't tell Jason, I never got out of the car. Tamika got out of the car. Told Jason
Was he in the house or out?
He was in the house.
So who went up to the door and knocked on the door?
She did.
What door did she go to?
Side. That's the only way you can get in.
Side door.
So
knocks on the door.
But the lock was very unlocked, you know. She opened it, I guess she said something to him, and I guess she told him something about why it took so long to get the cars. And, you know, him, I don't know, he believed her and jumped in with her.
He got in the truck.
Yeah, and by this time, I had two of the dogs.
You had two dogs in the Corvette?
And
one
dog. She had Jason and another dog.
And a dog. And where'd you go?
We went up to my people's house. I told them, I didn't tell them what happened, but I told them.
Where's that house at?
This is in Kinsman, 99th and Kinsman.
In Kinsman? 98th and Kinsman?
99th.
99th? Remember the address?
No, I just know by.
Is it on 99th or on Kinsman?
It's on Kinsman. Going towards 99th.
Yeah, if you're going down Kinsman, 99 crosses.
Yeah, it's a white house, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you go there, you're gonna know exactly. It's a white house, two balconies. It's like a crack house.
You left or right side of the street?
Left.
Left? Where do your people live? Up or down?
Up. And they don't live there, but because that's a crack house, they wake up early in the morning, go there, stay there all day, sell crack to a house.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? It's kind of it's at the trap house, you know. That's the house where the crackheads go in there, smoke their crack, pay them the crack, and the same.
How long were you there?
Minutes, you know.
Only you go in?
No, just me.
Just you.
I know that all of them went in, he was probably shot, you know what I'm saying, because, you know what I'm saying, he's Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
and him and seeing new people go in the house, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone goes in there, or crackheads, you know, he's been doing it for years, you know. And I went in there, went through a side door, went upstairs, told him if you heard anything, you know what I'm saying, keep your peoples off, you know what I'm saying? Don't do shit, you know.
Did you tell him what happened?
No,
What's his first name?
I can't tell you. He doesn't. I don't know none of the.
What did he go by?
He go by Jumu.
Jumu?
Jumu. I guess in like Jamaican there's like power. So,
Right.
So you know what I'm saying, he goes there and you know what I'm saying, none of the people you know what I'm saying, I won't be able to tell you the first or last name. Like they won't be able to figure out arrested. They won't be able to tell you my first or last name.
Right.
It's just
Okay. So how long are you with Jumu?
What do you go by? What do you go by?
I go by knowledge.
Knowledge? Alright.
You know what I'm saying? So
Does Jumu know you as Knowledge?
he knows me knowledge of Brazil.
Or Brazil?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
How long are you in the house?
2 minutes, maybe.
2 minutes? And then what do you do?
Bounced out, went to Days Inn, changed.
Well, when you went in the house, what did you do?
I told Jum, because Jum, you know what I'm saying, when he, you know what I'm saying, I know he listens to the news, reads, you know what I'm saying, he's all up, you know what I'm saying, he's all on everything, you know what I'm saying, he knows everything's going to happen, you know what I'm saying. So I just wanted to make sure if he heard anything about me, you know what I'm saying, don't go out there try to look for trouble, because Jum, you know what I'm saying, Jum was the type of guy who, like, he lost all his parents and his whole family member in violence, you know what I'm saying. He, in Jamaica, I guess,
He's the one that you told not to do anything.
He's kind of like mafia, but not really, you know, like he has people, you know, he has men working for him.
Is that all you did with him?
Yeah, I just told him, listen, he's kind of like my business partner.
Did you give him anything?
No. Okay. No, when I went in there, I just told him, I went in there, like, if I were here sharing the news about me, do not go looking for me, do not go looking for these people, do not do. And then he, you know what I'm saying, he gave me daps and I left out. You know what I'm saying, I saw a crackhead in there, I did like punch him in the face and I left, you know.
You saw a crackhead and you punched him when you left?
Yeah.
Okay, then what did you do?
What did I do?
Yeah.
No, what did you do?
He do?
You do.
We got back in the car, I noticed what I was wearing, got back to Days Inn, took a shower, quick shower, you know.
What were you wearing?
Green pants, the shoes,
green shorts,
green, and I still had a gun on, still on for gunning it.
What color shirt were you wearing?
White at the time.
Just a white T-shirt, or
yeah.
Where'd you get that from?
Cut. He was, it was in the basement. She threw it to me, you know what I'm saying.
Where's that shirt now?
I couldn't tell you, I can't remember. I think it's back in the Days Inn.
Did it have anything on it?
I think it was like an Indian thing. It was some type of sport. Some type of sport, you know.
Okay, so you go back to the Days Inn. When you pull into the Days Inn, who's with you?
Pam's Jason.
Okay. They're in the truck.
Yeah, we pulled back Days Inn.
They're in the Corvette.
Yeah.
You pull in. What time do you think you got there?
Maybe 7.
Okay. What happens when you pull in?
I went in there. Got inside, took a quick shower, just not really
What did Jason and Tabitha do way outside?
Yeah, they was still in the truck at the time.
Okay, you go in the room, take a shower.
Change.
What did you put on?
The Scarface shirt.
What kind of pants?
Just jean shorts.
Jean shorts.
And then shoes again. I went to my dude.
What shoes did you put on?
The white shoes. The South Pole.
What dude did you go to?
My, you know what I'm saying, my weekend, you know what I'm saying, got some weed off of him.
Where is that at?
He stays, you know what I'm saying, he sometimes comes, you know what I'm saying. I can't really tell you.
Not Eric.
What?
Not Eric.
No. He goes Days Inn whenever you know what I'm saying, he gets a call, and I just call him at the right time.
Oh, so he happened to be at Days Inn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just called him at the right time, and you know what I'm saying, I bought a 40 off of him. You know what I'm saying, bought cigarillos off of him.
What kind of car does he drive?
I can't tell you. He switches.
What color? What color?
Usually it's black. But
What's his name?
he goes by He go by Bennett.
Bennett?
Bennett, yeah.
Describe him. What does he look like?
Scarred, big dude, carries usually 2 pistols.
White, black,
Jamaican.
Jamaican?
Carry 2. All the people I get my from my Jamaicans. Because they usually get the best, get the better, you know.
Right.
2 pistols, gold teeth,
Goatee?
missing, he got a glass eye.
Glass eye? Which
Letter
eye
and
is glass?
gold teeth?
Yeah, gold teeth.
Okay.
Crowns, yes, crowns.
Which eye is glass?
I think it's left.
Left eye? Does he have an afro?
No. He
No
has
afro.
this complete bald.
Okay, so he happened to be there?
Yeah, he happened to just go up there. I guess he was looking around for see if he can find crackheads.
Was he in a room or no?
No. And he came, when he saw me, he pulled in, jumped in, and saying I bought 40 off of him.
He jumped in your room?
Yeah, he jumped in.
Tabitha and Jason stayed in the truck.
Yeah. I bought some off of him. I guess he knew something was wrong, but so we didn't really talk.
What makes you think he knew something was wrong?
The way I was moving, hurry up. He knew, all the time he knew I'm a slow paced kind of guy, I just move slow, but this time I was moving fast.
Right.
When you were in there, did Tabitha have keys to the truck?
When I was in,
When you were taking your shower and stuff,
she was still in the truck.
did she have the keys to it?
Yeah. The truck was on, I believe. It might be off. I mean, I couldn't really tell you that part. I got my PlayStation out there.
Right, so after you do, go to Bennett, buy the 40 off him. Then what happened?
He looked at me, he gave me daps. He offered me to give me a gun, I told him no.
Why would he offer you to give you a gun?
Because he saw where I was, he didn't know.
But you didn't tell him something happened?
No, no one at that time knew nothing. Only 2 people knew, me and Tabitha, I was going to tell nothing because I knew how they were, because they were the type of guys that would go back to a house and burn it down, take everything, they were the type of guys that cops would start shooting at them, and I didn't want their family to me,
Yeah.
Rough, have rough edges, but it's
So,
big
how long was Bennett in the room?
minutes.
Minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, after
You never would
leaves,
catch Bennett for a long period of time. If you don't catch him at the right time, in the right place, you probably not going to see him for a couple of days.
Did you give him anything?
Just 40 bucks,
Just
220.
stuff for the...
Yeah.
Then what did you do?
Then that's when I was still changing when he came in inside, and he offered me a gun. I told him no. I showed him a real pistol. He laughed, and
Well, he left because it was old?
yeah, he laughed. He was like,
He was old
he
and
gonna
small.
do it? Yeah, he was like, what the f you gonna do with it?
You need a 9 or a 40.
He laughed at me and patted me on the head and just walked out. Usually he gives me a kiss on the head.
He's a lot taller than you, right?
Hey, he's about 6'4".
6'4".
He's like 320 pounds.
He's big. Okay.
Then what did you do?
I took my PlayStation out, threw it in the back of the car, went back in there.
Threw it in the back of which car?
The Corvette. I was driving a Corvette, At that point, my phone rings, and
Your phone?
a hotel phone rings.
Okay.
I pick it up, it's one of my dudes that I talk to on occasion, he's good people, but I don't know nothing about him, he's the type of dude that when I get home, when I get ecstasy, or heroin, like that, I talk to him, but I never met him, he has boys that come to me.
Boys brand, okay.
That he's a hardcore dude, if you ask me what he looked like, what he does, or where he lives, I could not tell you. All the phones I did get from my cell phone always comes out restricted. And he just doesn't talk on the cell phone less than a minute and a half.
So he called you to see if you needed anything.
Yeah, he calls me Because usually when I buy stuff from him, I buy it like maybe $800, a couple of $1,000. You know.
Okay.
So when I buy, I try to buy like say 4 or 5, 8 balls. You know.
How long were you on the phone with him?
A minute. That's it. He doesn't stay on the phone.
So he just called. Why he call you?
Because usually, say I guess the Bennett knows him. Say, and so I guess he called Bennett. Say, and Bennett called me just to make sure. But he didn't ask like what's wrong or what happened.
Bennett, you think?
I think Bennett called like Carl, say knowledge is up to some or something happened. Check up on him, but he's not the kind of guy who would, say. But he called just to see. I don't know.
See what's up.
Yeah. But when he called, he's like, you need none. You know what I'm saying? I guess he just wanted to hear my voice to see what type of where I was, and because I was, I could kind of calm down and to talk to him. Because I knew if he came and saw Tabitha, probably Tabitha and Jason would be in jeopardy.
What happened then?
We hung up. I left. Tia, who works there, that day's in, needed a ride. I gave her a ride.
Where did you see Tia?
She saw me come out, and Tia said, "Yo, Carlos, can you give me a ride to 131st?"
And she came out of her room?
Yeah, and she cleans. So she's a maintenance in there, and she's like, "I need a ride to 131st. If you can take me down there." So I had to have 2 rooms, so I was like, jump in, took her to 131st, let her off at the gas station. What she was doing, I don't know. I didn't ask. I really didn't about it. I was listening. I just needed to buy time.
Right.
And that was one way to buy time. And anyway, when we go down there, I can go to 31st and check out my peoples.
So she is in the Corvette.
She's in the Corvette. We went down to 31st.
You're leading the way.
Yeah.
And Tabitha and Jason are following you.
Yeah.
Where do you go on 131st?
Just a Sunoco.
Sunoco station?
Yeah. Just pulled in there. She jumped out.
Got cigarettes?
Yeah. Got cigarettes. A little bit of gas.
Then what did you do?
We just drove around for a while.
Where did you drive?
131st. We went down then we went down to 116th. Then we went down to Morse Black. I told Tabitha to park across the street at the corner store, Morse Black. Because you can't walk. I knew how Morse Black was at the time.
Right.
I told her that, she knew that she walked into Morse Black, the way she was dressed, and with a white dude, the way he was dressed. I was gonna have some problems. Not going, but I was gonna have some problems. I'm not really liking Morse Black that much, because of the troubles I gave him. Because I used to go to Morse Black just to fight.
Right.
I used to do street fighting and get money that way.
So why did you go to Morris Black?
I wanted to see, if some of my people was on the corner,
Were they?
No.
Okay. How long were you at Morris Black?
Maybe 5 minutes. 10.
Then what did you do?
After Morris Black, I basically I went to one of the project houses, one of the trap houses in Morris Black. Went in there, sat down, smoked the bowl. One of the women in there.
Where was Tabitha and Jason at the time?
Still at the corner store.
Still at the corner store?
Okay. In the car, in the truck.
I told her not to come in,
Right.
So.
And did you walk into Morse Black, or did you drive?
I drove into a parking lot, got out. When I walked down the hill to Morse Black. Yeah, you've been to Morse Black before, right?
Yeah.
It's the top to the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I parked on top and walked to the bottom.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I knew if I drove down there, I probably got shot at. You know what I'm saying? So walking gives me more of an advantage, dodging. So
you smoked the ball from a woman,
Yeah. Smoked the bowl. I saw a couple crackheads going in there. You know what I'm saying? They asked me if I was holding. I told them no. You know what I'm saying? Then they went. I guess they went to a different trap house. Then I decided to pick up Tammy. I wasn't going to leave without saying goodbye.
Was Tia still with you?
No, by this time I dropped her off. You know what I'm saying? because Tia's from West Virginia. So she doesn't really know Morris Black, and so I didn't want her to get to know him.
At what point did you pick up Tammy?
Probably 10 o'clock. I called Tammy from.
And Tia wasn't with you?
No.
Sure.
We dropped Tia off. Wait. Tia was with us. So we picked up Tammy first, then drove Tia, and then went to Morris Black. And then when I came out of Morris Black, Tammy said she wanted to go to Painesville.
Okay, so
we went to
you
Painesville.
leave the days in.
We leave the days in, drive to Tammy's. Tammy jumps in the back of the truck because Tia was in the Corvette. No, Tia switched to the truck. Tammy jumped in the Corvette with me. We drove to 131st, dropped off Tia, drove to Morris Black.
Did Tammy get in the Corvette with you then?
Yeah.
On the way to Morris Black?
Yeah. And then I told Tammy to jump into the truck while I drove to Morris Black. We drove to Morris Black, came back out, talked to my people.
Okay. And then what did you do?
And then we went to Painesville.
Okay.
Because Tammy wanted to go to Painesville.
Tammy wanted to go to Painesville. At Painesville, Tammy decided she wanted to stay in Cleveland, so she
Well,
finished school.
wait, on the way, you leave Morris Black, you're driving the Corvette, who's in the car with you?
Tammy and the dog.
Tammy and the dog?
Yeah.
And Jason and
Tabitha.
Tabitha are in the Blazer?
Yeah.
You're driving out there. Any time you change positions? Did Tammy get in the Blazer? And
Jamie got in the Blazer when we got to Painesville, because then I followed Tammy to.
at a gas station? Or?
Yeah, at a gas station. We were lost in the beginning, when we got to Painesville, and we got to her friend's called Justin's place. I didn't really like Justin that much, so I didn't really talk to him. Tammy at that point decided not to come because she wanted to finish school.
Well, on the way out there, wasn't there a point after you stopped to get gas where Tammy got in the Jimmy or the Blazer,
yeah,
and Justin got in the car with you?
Yeah, at that point when we got lost.
You were driving still.
Yeah, when we got lost, Tammy decided to jump into the same because I don't know, she wanted to talk to Tabitha.
Did you drive all the way to Painesville, or?
Well, yeah, all of us was driving all the way to Painesville.
No, I mean, did you drive the Corvette all the way there?
Yeah, I drove a Corvette all the way to West Virginia and switched.
And Jason never drove it?
No, Jason stayed with Dustin, drove for Corvette.
Or Dustin drove the Corvette?
At West Virginia.
That's after you left Painesville?
Yeah.
Okay, you drive it all the way to Painesville. Get there, what happens at Painesville?
Tammy decides she doesn't want to come. She decided she wanted to finish school. She wasn't going to leave, she just paid for her semester. And I understood, I was not, at that point I decided to tell Tammy not to come in the first place, just in case we get dragged up. What Justin did with Tabitha was real prompt, But,
so when you leave Dustin's house.
Justin wanted to come. I guess he wanted to start a new life too.
Right.
Justin had a baby, girlfriend. And he thought maybe getting away from Cleveland might help. By this point, Justin, Tammy, Jason didn't know what happened.
Okay.
All they knew is that when Tabitha told them, that we got the car and we had some money. That's, it was that.
Tammy gets out of the truck, stays in Painesville. Who gets in the Corvette with you?
Justin.
Dustin?
Yeah, Justin.
Or Justin, rather.
Yeah, Justin, he drives to, we drive to West 77th. I knew that we just take West 77th. We go have to land somewhere in the west.
The freeway?
Yeah.
The freeway 77?
Yeah.
Okay.
By the time we got there, I was very tired. I've been up for, almost like 48 hours, so I was late with working. So we decided to switch, because he had sleep and, my nerves was very up, I was shaking and smoking cigarettes out the ass, So we switched at the McDonald's and then we got some food. Justin took the drive, and then when we got to the end of West Virginia, I guess Justin heard something, the information we got was, I wasn't using my cell phone. Justin was calling his girlfriend, to tell her how he was doing and where he was, like that. And I guess it came out that Tabitha, my life was in jeopardy, and Justin and Jason got scared, so they jumped in the Corvette and turned around.
Okay.
I jumped into a Jeep, a Blazer, or whatever you call it, and we drove a little bit longer. And when we got to I think closer to North Carolina, I took over driving because when we hit to North Carolina, I knew the back roads. You know what I'm saying? We got off the highway.
So Tabitha drove from the end of West Virginia till North Carolina.
To North Carolina, and I drove the rest of the way. So my plan was to go to Burnsville and then Asheville. And then from Asheville, go back to Burnsville because I knew a couple of Jamaicans in Asheville. But after, get some dope off. My plan was to stay in Asheville for a couple of weeks, sell this dope. And then go to Burnsville, a couple thousand. And then get a cabin or something in Burnsville. And then get enough money to go to Brazil.
What have you been, when you went to Brazil?
You're going to take Tabitha with you?
Yeah.
She wanted to go to Brazil too?
Yeah. I mean, it got to a point after we got the news, Jason would turn around, we got to a point that we was, that
you remember what kind of news you got when they turned around?
It wasn't, I wasn't on the phone. It was just, Jason said we had to turn around. We'll talk about you and Tabitha's life is in jeopardy, and I don't know what it's about, and I'm not gonna put myself into it. And we didn't stop him,
Right.
So we should have told him to took everything out the car, But at that point, after we heard that news, we were kind of like.
So was the axe and the crowbar still in the Corvette at that time?
No, I left that off.
Where'd you let it off at?
The woods, so I just threw it in the woods.
Where?
I just saw a bunch of woods,
On the freeway?
No, it wasn't on a freeway. It was a little bit past Days Inn.
A little bit past Days Inn?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of woods, and I just threw it in there.
As you're driving?
We stopped and I threw, Jason went to do something in the store. And when he did that, it was my perfect time to,
The little grocery store?
Yeah, and then I just saw it and I threw it back there.
The Jerry Mart?
Yeah, kind of in the back of it.
So when you pull out of Days Inn, you turn right or left?
Left.
Turn left?
Turn left on Emory. Then you turn another left. And you got those woods with a big ass truck we've been in for years.
Big ass truck?
Yeah, there was at that time, But
I think I've seen it.
I just took it and I just threw
Is
it.
it near the truck?
I didn't watch it when it landed. I knew it threw it hard enough that it went far, but I didn't stand there and make sure.
That was the axe.
Yeah.
Where'd
And
you
the
throw
crowbar, both.
You threw them both?
Yeah, threw them both. And by that time, when I threw it, I knew I threw it hard enough. And I knew it was in the woods. I bounced back in the Corvette, and I sat there till Jason came back out. So he didn't realize nothing was. But this time,
so Jason went into that convenience store.
Yeah, to get he wanted to get something to drink.
Okay.
You remember the name of the store?
It's just a convenience store, so it has an orange sign.
If you saw a picture of it, would you recognize it?
Yeah.
He's going to show you a photograph of it. You're sure though you turn left?
Yeah. That's a corner store I always go to. You know what I'm saying?
Is that it?
No.
That's not it?
No.
Which one is that?
No, that's the one.
That's when you got to turn right to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
You turn left.
When you go
So
all Days Inn, right? You turn left.
Okay.
And you turn another left.
Another left on Emory. So
I guess
the store is on Emory?
And Emory, yeah. It's across the street from Stable Lot.
Across the street from Save-A-Lot, and there's got a big white truck there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
White truck.
White truck. You know what I'm saying, regular, no, not like a big, you know what I'm saying, that's just
Like a pickup truck?
Yeah, like one of those, And I threw it, and when I heard it hit the bushes, I turned around,
And you drive back to the The store.
Yeah. And then I walked back to the store.
Or you walked with the axe and the
Yeah.
crowbar?
I knew no one was watching. You know what I'm saying?
How far did you have to walk from the store?
Maybe 50, 60 feet.
50, 60 feet?
Yeah.
All right, so if you're in front of the store, say this is the front.
The store's right here. We got like a driveway here,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a whole bunch of like a dirt in the parking lot
Behind the store?
behind the store, the dumpsters, and then the truck. I got probably fit about 25 feet away from the truck.
In the back of the store.
Yeah, I just threw it, and when I let go, I turned back around.
Okay, so you threw it behind the store. Okay.
Yeah, so when I threw it, I turned back around. And I didn't. I told you I didn't give a f about it after it went out of my hands. I was out,
Right.
saying, because I didn't know how long Jason was in there, and I didn't want him to get suspicious. You know, say why is he doing it back of the store?
Right.
Yeah, and you know, saying by this time Jason didn't know. You know,
Right.
all he knew is that we took the cars, and I guess Tabitha told him that the car's under his name and the cops knew we had it. You know,
No big deal.
Yeah. So he, saying that being his girlfriend, and, you know,
Right.
so.
So when you get to North Carolina, you start driving?
Yeah, when we got to North Carolina, we started driving. I hit dirt roads, you know. I figured that dirt roads would give me a better advantage and less viewpoint from, you know, saying cops and stopping to check traffic and shit. I knew after when I got to North Carolina, I knew my way around North Carolina. You know, saying somewhat. You know, saying I couldn't tell you exactly every single road or nothing, you know. But I knew my ways to get to Burnsville off of back roads. You know.
What was Tabitha like? After Jason and Dustin left, what was Tabitha like?
Quiet.
Quiet?
Quiet. I think she was scared, you know. I think now it hit her that what she did.
The rush came up.
Yeah. And you know what I'm saying, the whole time she kept asking me, why are you not scared? Why are you not scared? And you know what I'm saying, I didn't want to tell her I was scared out my ass, you know. But I knew that I had to keep my cool, because it's two people who are not thinking right could be a dangerous, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Smart.
So I was saying the whole time, like, I'm not scared, you know what I'm saying? I was lying, you know what I'm saying, telling them I'm not scared.
Did you drive to the motel, or did you have
I drove to a motel, you know what I'm saying? I knew from that motel was 20 miles away from Burnsville. You know, I knew 20 miles to the left was Burnsville, you know what I'm saying?
You trying to get to Spruce Pine?
I was going to go to Spruce Pine to Burnsville.
Okay.
Because Spruce Pine, is saying, like, there was really any cops at Spruce Pine, at least last time I checked.
What is Spruce Pine to you?
Just a town.
I'm glad you know the back roads down there, because
Yeah, you get lost, did you?
Spruce Pine is just a town, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I used to go to school, I was kind of like a jackass. And the way the school was built with, like, so much freedom, and it's hands-on school. And I was kind of like a dill devil, you know what I'm saying? I used to, you know what I'm saying, ride dirt bikes, and I used to be the dumbass to ride off, like, cliffs and land in the water. So I always, you know what I'm saying?
the YouTube guy.
So, you know what I'm saying, I always, like, hurt myself at Spruce Pine, the closest hospital. So from my hospital, I knew I had to get to Burnsville.
Because you've been there so many times.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it got to a point when I was there that all the doctors knew me. And then I'll be like, what the f*** do you do this time? You know, like, I've been there almost like 40 times, broken finger, broken wrist.
Well, you've been extremely cooperative with us, and I want to thank you for that.
Do you want to write this out?
I have to.
I'm not going to force you.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
Well, what I would like to do is get a sample of your DNA, take an oral swab from you, if you don't mind. That's up to you. You can tell me no, in which case I'll just don't get a search warrant for it. But
So basically,
if you want to save me a trip from going downtown and keep being a nice guy, you can read this form and sign it. Otherwise, I'll just go downtown and get one. So it's up to you. I can help you read it if you have any words on here you don't understand. As a matter of fact, let me read it to you. Okay? It says, I, Carlos Christopher, understand that biological sample collection from my person constitutes a search, and I have the constitutional right to refuse to consent to the biological sample collection without a search warrant. Okay? Do you understand what that means? Okay. Knowing my constitutional right to refuse, I freely and voluntarily give my permission and consent to Detective Dave Bullock and Mike DeMario, who have properly identified themselves as South Euclid law enforcement officers and hereby authorize biological sample collection from my person. I also understand that the collected biological sample will be subjected to DNA testing, DNA analysis, and forensic comparison to other DNA profiles, including, but not limited to, crime scene evidence profiles and criminal suspect standard profiles. Do you understand what that means? Okay. I knowingly and voluntarily consent to warrantless biological sample collection from my person and hereby assert that I have not been threatened, promised leniency, or coerced in any other way in exchange for signing and executing this document and or otherwise consenting to warrantless biological sample collection. Do you know what that means? Okay. The sample we take is just an oral swab. Okay, we just rub it on your cheek. That's all we do. If you're going to let us take it, I need you to sign here, and then today's date and time. Today is the 7th, right?
Yeah.
And it's 1:45. Can you print your name, your address, and all that stuff? You don't have to put the case number down. Times 2.
You think I'll be able to call my lawyer?
Sure. I'm sorry, Ray.
You want some more coffee?
Yes, please.
Thank you, sir. You should think about a statement, even if it's nothing more than expressing remorse for your actions. And your handwriting's pretty neat.
I told you, my whole plan was not to kill it, dude. You know.
Well, you might want to write that down. You know, I mean, we're not going to do anything that's going to harm you, but if you have it in your own words, and if you want a copy of it, we'll leave it with you, so you can see that nothing's ever been changed. It's up to you, but maybe you'll feel more comfortable. I don't know.
You think I'll be able to do it today? Or
If you want to do it later today, I'll let you do it later today. You want your lunch? You want us to bring it up? We can bring it up here for you if you want to eat it while you're writing. Would that be better?
Yeah.
We'll do that. We'll have it brought up.
This is real simple. It's just from inside your mouth, okay?
Why don't you put your cigarette down for a second? You don't have to put it out. Just put it down.
Like you're at the dentist.
Don't drink this until after you swab your mouth.
Okay.
Can you call Adam and have him bring his lunch up here?
Yeah.
Just gonna do one more too.
And
You can put him in a little. All right, I'll go down and get it. If they even brought him back yet.
you good?
Yeah, smoke away, drink
Smoke,
up.
drink your
Yeah.
coffee.
We'll see if they brought lunch back yet, and if they did, we'll bring it up for you. Just while we're waiting. So it's on with the present, right?
Yeah.
You seem like a pretty nice kid, Carlos. I mean, I understand you guess the say that you've had kind of a home life, huh?
Yeah, sometimes stuff makes it good.
It's true. It's very true.
I just don't want to rot away in prison, be a member.
Well, are you sorry for what happened?
Of course, you know, I'm not a killer, you know. It's not my intention to hurt anybody. You know, I'm violent, but I have my limits. Sorry, I might have smoked a pack.
It's alright. Just don't tell anybody you came up here and smoked.
Oh. I've been nervous, you know.
It's totally understood.
I didn't mean to give you all that much trouble, and it was just, I didn't expect all this to happen.
Like I said, you seem like I've done nothing to you and you've done nothing to me, right? I mean, so we don't have a beef.
Yeah.
I mean, none of us have a beef. We just have a job to do, and, you know, there but for the grace of God, you and I could be sitting on opposite ends of the table. It's just, sometimes that's just the luck of the draw, I guess. Carlos, these are your rights again, which you can read. And then these questions, what I need you to do is just answer them, yes or no. And just put your initials in the box, and down here just print your full name, your address, your date of birth, your occupation. If you don't work, just put unemployed, and then just sign the bottom somewhere.
Okay, so we want to put yes or no with my initials?
Right, you see, you just read the questions, you understand each of these rights. I mean, you've already said that you did, so you would just answer yes, and then put your initials down. And just print your name. Did you ever go to Heights High?
No. I was banned from public school.
You went to St. Greg's.
I went to St. Greg's, Lawrence, Monticello.
Did you play ball at St. Greg's football at all? You guys kept kicking our team's ass.
Sorry. I was always a big kid for me.
What's that?
I was a big kid at St. Greg's. I lost a lot of weight.
Did you have to play with a dot on your helmet? Play on the line? Hey, how many dots you got on that line?
When I started playing, I didn't really know, but as a game, because playing soccer all my life. But because I could hit it more, you know. I guess I got in a fight in school in St. Greg's, and one of the coaches saw me tap it off, like 8th grade. He's like, "You playing?"
They're going to pick up the meals now,
okay.
So at least it'll be hot. Cigarettes, sir?
Still got a couple left.
You did the right thing, Carlos. Your father would be happy.
Yeah, my father would whoop my ass. Occupation, just none?
Yeah, none. And then just sign the bottom. This form here is very simple, and there's a couple extra pages. It says, Carlos, tell us what led to your arrest. You don't have to go into a whole detailed history, okay? But you want to tell your side of the story, particularly, what led up to going into that house and what happened in the house. What your role was, what Tabitha's role was. Okay, so you want to make sure that everybody that reads this is going to understand.
All right, so your mind go ahead to help me because my spelling.
You know what? Your spelling doesn't matter.
Okay.
It just you sound it out, as close as you can. If you make a mistake, just don't scribble it, just one line through it and just go on.
Because I never graduated.
Okay, that's okay. You go on and we'll let you write it when you're done. If you have a question or something, you knock on that glass, and we'll come out and help you. Okay, if you're looking for how to spell a word, if it's a big word and it's important, you need to get it in, that's not going to be a problem. I want to make sure we get you your lunch and keep the coffee coming for you. All right?
If you have a chance, can you call my mom?
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that. Is she usually home during the day?
Yeah.
My agent, she doesn't get out much.
Well, don't imagine that.
Here you go.
Thank you. Tammy and Jason will be good. Tammy
and Jason? No.
Nothing happened to him, right?
Yeah, it's a Coke there. I get a sandwich and
Oh my.
breakfast too. Let me get you some napkins. No, Tammy and Jason are not going to be charged with anything.
Okay.
They're not involved in the crime. You know, so I just need you to write the truth. You know, just like you told us. Everything you told us we already knew. I just want you do the right thing. Just write the truth. Hey, Carlos, let me ask you something. Remember when you said that you were downstairs and you heard him fall out of bed and scared the out of you? Where was Tabitha?
With me.
Oh, she was downstairs with you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I led the way up. That's when I took a gun out.
When you heard him fall? Okay.
Yeah, and she
But she was with you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Need more paper here just in case. Back you up there.
Is this good? No?
Yeah.
You get the first page?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how my handwriting is.
That's good.
My spelling too. I mean, you want me to put everything down? I mean, I'm writing basically my side of the story.
Yeah.
What went through my head, you know.
Need to print your name at the top too.
Yeah, you should probably add there, you know, what took place up in that bedroom. That made things, you know, because then that's where it went bad, so.
Print your name there, make that page 3. And then where are you at there? Here. And then just describe what happened in the bedroom. I'm sorry. That's all. Sign your name at the bottom of that page. Brothers underneath her. Okay, you have to put in there, you know, how you were standing, and that you saw Tabitha hit Sandy with a crowbar before you hit Richard. So put that in there. Always.
I mean, I mentioned it. You know. Saying it's easier than writing.
Hey, Dave. You want to read this?
Not that good. You want me to start over?
No, that's good. Make that page 4. You have any idea how many times she hit her with a crowbar?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, all I remember is, you know, saying that constant swinging like she was trying to cut down a tree. You know, it just. But I didn't stop and count. You know, just. I mean, she did it for a while, but she stopped and she's still alive. You know, and.
You think 1 to 3 times? 5 to 10 times?
10 to 15.
10 to 15 times?
Yeah, I mean, counting on all the times she found missed. You know.
So,
I mean, when she
just clarify that. She swung it 10 to 15 times,
yeah, I mean,
or she hit her 10 to 15 times?
She swung it more, but I'm just saying, I don't know how many times she hit. When she was swinging, she was standing pretty far, you know.
Like, she was missing it.
Like, she was standing, like, hoping that, you know, saying it was going to come down, you know, kind of like the, you know, close your eyes and swing type thing.
Was Sandy screaming?
Yeah, Sandy was, you know, saying, was like, I guess she was saying, like, I won't tell, you know, saying at that point, I wasn't going to do anything about it, you know. But it just, when she reached, that's when my brain clicked. Like, you can't let her grab whatever. You know what I'm saying? Is that you know how y'all is when you see someone reach from the back pocket quick, you know, so you shoot. It's kind of like it was that instant. Like, you cannot let her go under it. You know. I did not know exactly what was under the bed. I'm saying after everything happened, I didn't check under them. You know, I didn't want to see what she was reaching for. You know, so I couldn't tell if it was a gun, a knife, or you know, I can't tell you, but just my brain just told me to not let her reach. You know what I'm saying? And when she reached, she kind of let herself open. You know, and that's when it hit her.
That's when you swing the axe.
Hit it, but it was, you know, say it was kind of. My whole goal is to try to stop her from reaching. You know, I see the axe come in and reach back. You know, because I was good trying to tell her, you know, saying leave, but it was that the split second I saw her reach that my brain just went off. It just told me don't let her get whatever you get. You know, don't let her grab it. You know, whatever it was, don't let her. You know, and that's that split second, but what killed me. You know.
Just explain that, you know, from here on, you know, like the number of times that you think Tabby hit her. You can leave that open, then I'm coming out. The number of times you think Tabby swung and hit her, and then what you just described. Right? And Carlos, if you would, write down in this spot here, you just write, this is where I threw the axe and crowbar, and draw like a little map, you know, what it's stored and everything. Just write, this is where I, you know, threw the axe and crowbar. Get the last page.
I'm not expecting it.
DEALER is fine. Car dealer, yeah.
Do you remember what the name of the car dealer was?
I want to say because of him, Mitchell's used car dealership.
What is this?
This is a hotel.
Okay.
You write hotel in there. It's a Days Inn, right?
Yeah. Days Inn.
Bless you.
North. E-M. E-M.
R-Y.
You pull out of Days Inn, take a left on Northfield,
Yeah.
take another left on Emery. How far do you drive down?
There's a
Half a mile?
Nah, it's like it's a 5 minute walk from Days Inn.
5-minute walk? All right, so down Emery, there's a, what's the name of it? Mitchell?
Mitchell.
Can you write Mitchell off there? Mitchell car dealer? Okay, and this is a store?
Yeah, you're gonna see like next to the store is gonna be like a beauty shop, and there's a patch here and like woods.
Okay, so draw in the beauty shop. And then the path that's the path you walk down?
Yeah, the path from walk down and then keep going. It's gonna be like McDonald's, Burger King.
Right, McDonald's was down here, right?
Yeah,
McDonald's
like a mile down.
Right. So the truck is behind the store?
Yeah, rental park mall.
And it's a white truck, right? I put white truck. And then this is the back of the store, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so you walk down the path here?
Yeah.
In front of the truck?
It should be behind on the side of the truck. Okay. I mean, I don't know exactly where, so I didn't really look.
And how far in did you go?
About like right here, probably 50.
So you went just about the truck?
Yeah, just about the truck.
And then you flung it?
Swung it. And then I turned back around, the car's right here.
Right cars, drawing the two cars. Okay. Dave's going to give you one more to sign.
This is page 5. Everything here refers back to the statement that you just wrote here. So it says again, okay, you answer yes or no with your initials, and then you sign your name and date and time. Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's what we all agreed it was.
days are running together.
No weeks. Can't believe I'm going to take Danny to school next week already.
All right. You want to fit? Tell him and say good luck.
Looking forward to it now.
Did you talk to Johnson up about it? That's where he went.
Yeah, he's mad.
Why?
Because he got in the ROTC.
Oh.
He didn't. 8-7, and it's very complicated.
Danny's like my oldest, right? Everything comes easy in school.
Yeah, better
Josh
stuff.
is like my youngest.
Yeah, he's got to work his butt off, make everything work.
I might sign it. Time isn't true. Said, hey Mike. Hey Mike.
Yeah.
We'll sign
By
this.
mistake.
You got page 1, right?
Yeah. Christopher, we're going to take you back downstairs. So grab your food. You need that heated up? I can nuke it if you want.
I'm thinking.
I go down with you, Dave.
Carlos Christopher was found guilty of 2 counts of murder, robbery and burglary.
Dave's got
He was
page
sentenced to 2 life sentences without parole to run concurrently. Carlos's co-conspirator Tabitha Messina pleaded guilty to 2 counts of aggravated murder and 1 count of robbery. She was sentenced to 60 years to life in prison.